Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and we are live here on True School Sports. It is currently 1:14 p.m. here in the afternoon. I am your boy Brendan Taylor. We are reporting to you live and direct from the greatest city in the world, and that is Dania Beach, Florida. We have a lot to talk about today on today's show, but obviously as you guys can see by the title, there's a specific topic that we will be touching on, that we will be pressing upon as we continue to develop. So I'm gonna let you guys funnel. I'm gonna let some more people get here before we really start tearing into Mr. Wilder and what's been going on today, because some bombs were dropped today, if you guys didn't know. But the Al Haymon Witness Protection Program is in full effect. The Deontay Davis Witness Protection Program is in full effect. The Deontay Wilder Witness Protection Program is in full effect. The Errol Spence Witness Protection Program is actually getting started right now. So we're gonna get into all these different witness protection programs that are all part of the Al Haymon Witness Protection Program. But it's your boy BT. We are live here on True School Sports from Dania Beach. There's 4 of you in here right now, or 6 of you. Let me know what you guys. Let me know where you guys are watching from, what city, what state, what continent. Leave your comments down below. Do all that good stuff. Where you're repping from. Where you watching from, where you streaming from, I should say. I'm in the greatest city in the world. I'm in Dania Beach. But, yeah, let's see. We got Edwin Emmanuel. What's up, Edwin? He says he's watching from Italy. Big shout out to my main man, Edwin. He's watching from Italy. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. Make sure if you're coming in here, man, make sure you hit that like button. Smash that like button. Smash the like button. Let me know where you're watching from. We got Nigeria. Big shout out to Nigeria. Okay. The Niger boys. Nigeria. Okay. Got Nigeria in the house. We're gonna get into it in about 1 minute or so. Just want to make sure we get some more people in here. But yeah. Lot of good stuff happening in boxing right now. We got the Canelo Jacobs fight this weekend. Should be a fun one when it does happen. We'll be live for it, so hopefully my DAZN doesn't trip this weekend. Kosovo, what's up, Kosovo? Kosovo is here. Okay, got 30 people here, so I'm gonna give it 30 seconds before I just tear into Deontay Wilder or Shelly Finkel, I should say, because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah. So for those of you who are funneling in, make sure you just hit that like button. Subscribe, do all that good stuff. Okay, make sure I drink some water, so I make sure, because I'm about to unleash. Okay. Beirut. I don't even know where that's at. Okay. Where we at now? All right. So let's get into it. All right. We're here on True School Sports. It's your boy BT. I was looking at the boxing news today, and I was looking at just basically like what's going on in the heavyweight division. What's the newest developments? What's going on with Wilder? What's going on with Fury? What's going on with Joshua? All that stuff, right? So I go, and usually when I go on Twitter, big shout out to my main man Michael Benson, from TalkSport, a really good boxing writer, always breaking good news. So I went to his page, right? And I go to his page, and I see that the Boxing Voice, and big shout out to the Boxing Voice. The Boxing Voice, they did a podcast today. They did a live stream today with Shelly Finkel. They interviewed Deontay Wilder's manager, Shelly Finkel, and Shelly Finkel has stated that Deontay Wilder will not be fighting Joshua in 2019. That they will quote unquote revisit an AJ fight for Undisputed in 2020 because Deontay Wilder has a full plate this year. Now they did ask him if, because there's rumors circulating that Wilder already has his next 2 opponents lined up right after he fights Brazil. So assuming he gets passed down to Brazil, they're saying that his next 2 opponents are going to be Luis Ortiz and then Adam Babyface Kaunaki. Now, listen, I know sometimes on my channel, I come on here and I talk about this guy is in a witness protection program and that guy is in a witness protection program, but God dang it, Deontay Wilder really is in a witness protection program for boxing. Okay, there's no other fights There's no other fights in boxing in the heavyweight division other than maybe Fury. Other than Fury, there's no other fight we're talking about other than the Joshua fight. We don't give a shit about Brazil. We don't care about Ortiz, who you beat already. We don't care about Adam Kownacki. I lost all respect for Adam Kownacki too, by the way. Adam Kownacki talking about, oh, I'm not gonna take the Joshua fight. What am I, a prostitute? Like, fight for undisputed. You, not me, not Joshua, not any other heavyweight. You, Wilder, have been saying, oh, well, you got, it's gonna be one face. One name, one champion in the name of Deontay Wilder. But no. You got Al Heyman, you got Shelly Finkel, you got Lou DiBella, you got PBC, you got all these people, all right, in this assembly line of clowns formulating this. I joke around about it a lot, but this is witness protection for boxing. This is the closest thing to witness protection in the sport of boxing that you can get. What's going on in Deontay Wilder's career? I mean, Jesus, you had last year, they didn't want to meet. I mean, forget last year. Forget Joshua. My man Sheehy, big shout out to Sheehy. He said a king doesn't fight peasants. He ducked Dillian White. He said, turned out a cry payday against Dillian White. Didn't want to fight Dillian White. Now, then the negotiation for Joshua come up. You're bringing $50 million out of your ass. That's not even there, really. And then Eddie Hearn would have accepted it, but then you guys said, oh well. You wanted what's his name, Wilder to Hearn to accept the terms for a Joshua Wilder fight without even having a meeting so that Hearn could properly discuss the terms. So that's bad business. That's bad business from them. And then now it's like, okay, you fought Fury, but we all know the real reason you fought Tyson Fury is because you thought that because he was honest, he was sat on his ass and he drank alcohol and he drank Echo Falls and he ate ice cream and he was on coke and he did all this stuff. You thought you would just go in the ring, you would hit him with a right hand, and that would be all sure. But no, you came in thinking that it'd be a cherry pick, and what you got in return was a boxing lesson from a guy who sat on his ass for 3 years and did nothing and lost prime years of his career and still outboxed you at 60%, 10 pounds above the ideal weight he was when he fought Klitschko. So Deontay Wilder's team, they're a joke. They're a joke. They're a piss stain on boxing, like straight up. Witness protection, and it's the closest thing to witness protection we have in boxing. I'll read you guys a quote from Finkel. This is an exact quote from Shelly Finkel. Okay, here's what he said. He said, I quote: "Until recently, they being her and Joshua Matchroom Boxing in the zone, until recently they didn't want the fight. We have a pretty full plate this year, and we'll discuss fighting Anthony Joshua next year. John Skipper and I are developing a very good relationship. Talks will continue and eventually lead to a fight." Now, this is bad news. This is horrible news for boxing fans. This is like really bad because what's the holdup? Like, what the fuck is the holdup, bro? Like, okay, we get it. You're fighting. Joshua's gonna make his American debut. He's gonna break into the American market. Wilder's gonna make mandatory defense. I fully understand that, but when you look at the zone deal that Wilder turned down, and then now you got this guy talking about we're gonna wait till 2020. I mean, it's just I'm getting so I don't want to say I'm getting sick of it because I mean I'm a fan of heavyweight boxing and I really want to see this fight because I know how important it is for boxing. I mean, people probably don't look at it this way, but whenever this Wilder Joshua fight does happen, and hopefully it does happen, and they're both still undefeated and they're both still undisputed, and they both still have belts, it's going to be the first like undisputed heavyweight championship fight in the social media era. Do you guys understand what that means? Because I mean, it's been 20 years since Lewis fought, since Lennox Lewis fought what's his name, Evander Holyfield for the undisputed titles, and that was before like the internet was as what it is today, So I'm very interested to see what the kind of ripple effects this fight will have once it actually does happen on culture and on people. But I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Like it's getting ridiculous, and Shelly Finkel is a piss stain on boxing. I mean, Jesus, how the hell, like, they're treating Wilder like a prospect right now because you know, for those of you who follow boxing like real closely, like you would know that like when it comes to prospects, like they'll have a prospect fight someone and then they'll have their next two fights lined up. That's what they're doing with Wilder right now. He's fighting Brazil on the 18th, and literally if he beats Brazil, then they're talking. Okay, then they have Ortiz and Konaki already lined up. Why do you think Ortiz and Kanaki both were so dismissive of being Jarrell Miller's replacement for the AJ fight? Why? Because, like I've been trying to tell you guys, both Ortiz and Kanaki are being used as pawns to be Wilder's opponents, and pawns in the Deontay Wilder, or I should say the Al Haymon Witness Protection Program, which is, you know, the Deontay Wilder Witness Protection Program is a subdivision of the Al Haymon Witness Protection Program. So, you know, it's just getting really, really horrible. Yesterday I was on social media, and it was interesting. Showtime Boxing, right? Showtime Boxing posted a picture, right? I don't know if you guys saw this. I used it as a thumbnail for my video, and I put, you know, I did the True School Sports thumbnail style with the, you know, black and white and the blue letters. But if you got on Showtime Boxing's Instagram account, they posted a picture of Deontay Wilder. It's Deontay Wilder with white hand wraps on, with no shirt on, with white boxing trunks, white boxing shoes. They got chandeliers and a gold like king chair, right? And he's sitting in the chair, and the caption says, "Watch the throne." Wilder Brazil, May the 18th, right? And it's basically making Deontay Wilder look like he's the king, and they're basically through the picture they're saying he's the king of the heavyweight division, right? Now the backlash they got in the comments from that Instagram post, I mean, you got one guy saying he's not the king. You got someone saying he's a shit boxer. People correcting him saying that's Tyson Fury's throne. One person said he spends more time trying to look good than actually being good. One guy just put ducks. I mean, the guy, it's unbelievable. But I'm gonna get to your comments because I'm being a bit long-winded here. Let me see what some of you guys are saying about Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Okay. Deontay Wilder was exposed by Fury. He doesn't look so dangerous anymore. That's my man Adamu Sanis. Shout out to Adamu. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's still a danger. He's still as dangerous as ever. But yeah, he got exposed by Fury, straight up. But he was also exposed by Alcha Spilka, so it's not really saying much. Bob Smitty says witness protection. Ouch. I mean, that's what it is. It's witness protection. I mean, we know that look, these are facts. These are not my feelings, because a lot of times I can get animated, I can go by my feelings. But these are not feelings, okay? Wilder has been saying for the longest time that he wants to be one face, one name, one champion, okay? That's number one. Number two, all right, he turned down a $100 million deal to fight on DAZN that would have included 2 AJ fights, 2 ridiculous $40 million plus paydays to fight Anthony Joshua. So that's 2. 3, he turned it down and turned around, and now he's fighting Dominic Brazil, and he's not going to make as much money as he would have gotten in the DAZN deal for fighting Dominic Brazil. And now, on top of that, a bunch of rumors are circulating, and they're picking up more traction by the day that Wilder's next 2 opponents have already been determined after, if he beats Dominic Brazil, and those 2 opponents being Luis Ortiz and Adam Kanaki, and then those guys are also significant because those are 2 guys that were heavily rumored to fight to replace Jarrell Miller to fight Anthony Joshua. One guy was so adamant on not taking it that he compared fighting Joshua right now on late notice to being a prostitute, and that's Adam Kanaki. And then Luis Ortiz, what's been going on with him and his team has been an utter shit show. Like, it's an utter shit show. The guy turned down, what was it, $7 million, whatever it was, $7 million, $8 million, whatever it was, to not fight Anthony Joshua. Now his team's saying, oh, they want to fight him now, and it's just one big thing of damage control. So it's just, it's not a good look for PBC. You know, some people will go as far as to say that Al Haymon and the PBC are the ruination. And I didn't even know ruination was a word, but they are the ruination of boxing in America. And you know, if you look at, like, I'm not saying that they're at fault for everything, but they are the main cause of these big fights not happening. They being Al Haymon. You know, Al Haymon is the reason that Tank Davis and Lomachenko wasn't happening. Al Haymon is the reason Errol Spence has become a fucking diva. Al Haymon is the reason that Wilder thinks he's the king of the division, and he just got outboxed by Fury, and You know, I honestly, all we can hope for as boxing fans is that somehow Dominic Brazil stretches this guy out, because Dominic Brazil is the only man in the world who has the power to change the course of the heavyweight division. You know, really, and I guess Andy Ruiz too, but really Dominic Brazil. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Tommy Temper, I'm a Fury fan, but isn't Fury doing what Wilder is doing to Joshua in a roundabout way? I mean, you could say that, I guess, but the guy literally fought Wilder, and the fight happened because of him. And the fight didn't happen because of Wilder. The fight happened because of Fury, okay? And the guy was out of the ring for I don't know how many years because of drugs and alcohol and all these things. He's fighting Tom Schwartz on the 15th of June. And it's funny because by beating Tom Schwartz, people don't understand this, but Tom Schwartz is ranked number 2 in the WBO. I believe he's ranked number 8 or 10, or he's ranked number 10 in the WB, one of the other sanctioning bodies. So funny thing is, even though Tom Schwartz isn't a big name opponent, by beating Tom Schwartz, he's getting closer to a Joshua title shot, and you can't fault him for that. So it's different. Wilder has a belt. Wilder could fight for undisputed. He had a mega deal on the table. He turned it down. He's fighting Brazil, and then on top of fighting Brazil, they already have 2 opponents lined up for him. So no, it's not. There's similarities, but it's not the same thing. Wilder has 0 boxing IQ. No love for Bronze Bomber Bob Smitty. No, I like. Listen, the funny thing is, as much as I talk shit about Wilder, I like watching him fight. He's a fun fighter to watch. You know, he brings excitement to the ring. You know that when Wilder comes to the ring, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to see something devastating, and that's why I like Wilder. He brings the pain. But it makes it hard to get behind Wilder because he's making us Americans look horrible. He's our American heavyweight champion. And we can't even get behind him as Americans because what he's doing is shambolic. It's shambolic, and there's no 2 ways about it. Is he a fantastic? Is he one of the top heavyweights in the world? Absolutely, no 2 ways about it. But he's not showing the heart of a champion. He's not showing that he wants to fight the best. He's not showing that he wants to be one face, one name, one champion. So how can we sit here and get excited and get happy about Deontay Wilder if he's not interested in fighting Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua, a guy who's been a pro half and then done more than Wilder in half the time. You know, he's been pro for 5 years or whatever it's been. You know, in that time he's unified titles. He's beaten, you know, he's beaten 2 guys. People don't forget this, but Joshua has cleaned up 2 of Wilder's messes. 2 things Wilder could have did. 2 guys Wilder could have fought before Joshua was champion. Joshua had to clean them up. So for example, Wilder could have fought Charles Martin. He didn't fight Charles Martin, okay? He didn't fight Charles Martin. And then, you know, Joshua had to clean that mess up, okay? Then Wilder said, I can't fight Povetkin. He's on PEDs. Ah! And they ducked Povetkin, and I say duck because Povetkin was proven right in court, you know? They ducked that fight, and, was it DeBella had to pay Andre Ryabitsky, Povetkin's promoter, it was like $4 million or something like that. So, you know, Povetkin was proven innocent, and then Joshua had to clean up that mess. Okay, Joshua had to clean up that mess last year. So, man, Anthony Joshua out here cleaning up messes. You know, I like Wilder. I'm a fan of him. I've actually spent money and watched him fight. Unlike most boxing fans, unlike most of you commenting, unlike a lot of people, I've spent money to watch Deontay Wilder fight. So I'm allowed to talk shit. I'm allowed to talk shit because I pay my hard-earned money, and I've traveled, and I'm invested in this. So it's just getting ridiculous. Michael Foster, he says AJ ducked him for 2 years. What the fuck are you talking about, Michael Foster? AJ ducked him for 2 years. When has AJ ducked Deontay Wilder? When? AJ is scared. Yeah, Anthony Joshua is scared. That's why Anthony Joshua had to clean up 2 of his messes. Wilder has taken every fight while AJ ducked every... Fights with who? Fights with who? Chris Arreola? Archer Spilka? Okay? Who? Dominic Brazil, the guy that AJ battered in the 17th fight? In his first title defense? Nah, I wish I was getting paid by Eddie. I wish I was getting paid by Eddie. I wish. Listen, I don't get paid by nobody. I get paid. BT pays BT. I pay myself. All right? And so when you hear me sit here and talk, I'm not controlled by anybody. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say on my channel. All right? AJ is straight whack. Are you getting? No, AJ's not whack. I mean, AJ. Personally, look. Honestly, I think the whole Wilder Joshua thing, it's a waste of time because Fury's gonna bitch slap both of them when he fights both of them. But I think Wilder should fight AJ because that's the fight for undisputed. You know, that's the fight they've been talking about for a year. AJ would destroy Wilder. I'm dying for Wilder to hike his skirt up, hike his Alabama Crimson Tide skirt up and fight AJ because AJ's gonna spark him off the ring. You know, it's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse for Wilder the longer he waits because Anthony Joshua is maturing. His jab is getting better. He's one of the best finishers in boxing already, and on top of that, Deontay Wilder ain't getting any younger. So, and you know Deontay Wilder can't punch properly, so he's another hand surgery away from retiring. Michael Foster, I think what you're overlooking is that Deontay Wilder won't have it right. If he keeps avoiding and ducking AJ, he's not gonna have a right hand. He keeps getting surgery on his right hand because he can't punch properly. So if he fights Ortiz and Kownacki and all these guys, he's not going to have a right hand. He's going to have to retire before he fights AJ. And then he's going to say, oh, well, it was unfortunate. Oh, I wanted to fight him. I wanted to fight the best. And I wanted to prove it to the world. But he's not fighting Anthony Joshua. And he didn't want to prove it to the world. And he just wanted to sit there, collect checks. And he doesn't want to fight AJ because if he fights AJ, he will get found out. And you know, then all of a sudden, he won't even be relevant. Wilder already slept Fury. Oh, he did. Interesting. He slept Fury. Well, really, because I remember Fury getting up in the 12th round and whooping Wilder's ass for the rest of the round. So usually when you sleep someone, they're supposed to stay asleep. They're supposed to stay there. He didn't sleep Fury. He landed a devastating punch in the 12th round. We give him all the credit in the world for that. But slept him? No, he didn't sleep him. He landed a devastating punch and let me see. He landed a devastating punch, and Tyson Fury got up, whooped his ass, and just concluded what was a boxing lesson. AJ has no head movement, bro. What are you talking about? He's got enough to slip punches. He's had enough head movement to fight better opposition than Wilder. He's had enough opposition to be one of the best knockout artists in boxing. He's had enough head movement to fight Alexander Povetkin, the guy Wilder ducked. So Wilder doesn't want the smoke. Lay's villains are evident. They are trying by all means to avoid AJ. Absolutely. What do you think about AJ's lack of head movement? How does he defend against the right? Wilder punches through the guard. That's very true, and those are good tactical points, Bob. What I'll say this: Wilder is one of those fighters, man, where he's capable of punching through your guard. He don't even got to hit you to hurt you. We saw what I know it's Stavern, but we saw what he did to Stavern in the second fight. You know, there were punches where he was knocking Stavern down when he wasn't even really hitting him flush. So yeah, it's definitely something to worry about. It's a great. That's why it's so frustrating to me because stylistically it's a great fight. You know, obviously AJ is a better technical fighter, but Wilder's power just makes any fight interesting. You know, how does he defend it against it? He defends against it by controlling range. He defends the right hand by controlling range, and I think that's something that Anthony Joshua has gotten a lot better at, particularly in his last two fights. Even though they haven't been his most exciting outings, you know, against Parker, and I know he looked against Povetkin as well. I think he's matured to the point where he's gotten an understanding of how to control range in fights. And, you know, it's obviously a different beast fighting a 6'7", long, rangy, dangerous puncher like Wilder, but that would be the difference in the fight, is Joshua's ability to control range, and he would hurt Wilder, for sure. Early in the fight, no doubt about it, he's hurting Wilder. True School Sports, are you smoking crack, bro? Please give Wilder's respect. I give him Wilder's respect. I've paid money to go to his fights. I've made a video here saying I'm a fan of it. The funny thing is, I don't hate Deontay Wilder. People come on here and say, BT, you're a Wilder hater. I'm not a Wilder hater. I don't hate Wilder the fighter. I hate Wilder's team. I hate how he conducts his business. I don't like that about him, to be honest with you. Because you can't sit here on one hand and say you want to fight the best, okay? You can't sit here and say you want to fight the best on one hand, and then completely just create your own witness protection program where you're fighting a guy that AJ beat in his first title defense with ease, and then now you have two opponents lined up already after it. There's no defending that. There is no defending that whatsoever. But feelings aside, business aside, tactically speaking, it's a great fight. That's why I want to see it. And I understand how big it would be for boxing if that fight does happen, because Wilder and Joshua are becoming bigger names as the days go by. I believe that once Anthony Joshua does fight Andy Ruiz, regardless of regardless of who his opponent will be, they're saying it's Andy Ruiz now. So if they get it finalized, Eddie Hearn said it's not finalized yet. So if they do get it finalized, no matter who Anthony Joshua fights on June the 1st, I think his American debut, and I'll continue saying it because I've been saying it since like November or December, I think his American debut will be one of the biggest events this country has seen for heavyweight boxing in quite some time. I would not be surprised. I believe they will sell out the Madison Square Garden. And just think about it, right? Even if he doesn't, even if Anthony Joshua didn't sell out Madison Square Garden, let's say they fall 2,000 tickets short of that, and he sells 18,000 tickets. Well, god dang it, that's still a lot better than what Wilder's doing over there at the Barclays Center. Because I was at Wilder's Tavern too, and they weren't even putting no 15. There was not even 15,000 people there to see him fight at the Barclays Center. They had the whole upper deck pretty much sectioned off. So there's a reason for that, and that's because he's a fraud. I don't want to call him a fraud because he has, last year he beat Luis Ortiz and he had a good fight with Fury, but by a lot of people he's looked at as a straight fraud. And you can't get mad at people who say that he's a straight fraud because, honestly speaking, like the guy is in witness protection for boxing. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna let me interact with you guys. Let's see some of the comments. Michael Foss says, no way does he survive the right hand. Well, that's possible, man. Wilder's got that one-handed quitter. I mean, I'm not mad at you for thinking that. There's a lot of people who believe that, Anthony Joshua gets stopped in 5 rounds or less. You're not the only person I've heard say that. You just call them an Alabama sissy or whatever. No, I said he needs to hike up his Alabama Crimson Tide skirt and fight Anthony Joshua because it's getting ridiculous. Like, this is boxing, all right? This is boxing. This is a sport of noble warriors who I respect a lot, but you shouldn't be posturing yourself as a pansy who doesn't want to fight the best and prove that he's the best. I hate Wilder. He's ignorant and arrogant. I mean, yeah, I think he's definitely both of those things for sure, but it works for him. Brendan, I followed Fury's whole career. He will dominate the rematch with Wilder, in my humble opinion. AJ has a chance only in the first 3 rounds. He has to jump in quick and make it a dogfight. Yeah, honestly, and that's what I'm pissed off about because really the fight I truly want to see. It's not even Wilder versus Joshua. Wilder Joshua is the fight I want to see just because it's undisputed and it'd be big for the sport. But it's not really the fight I really want to see. The fight I really want to see is Joshua versus Fury. Because I think Tyson Fury, and I thought this forever, and I'll continue saying it, Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. He will slap up Wilder in the rematch, and he will outbox Joshua if they ever fight. And that's the fight I want to see. And the longer this Wilder-Joshua shit keeps dragging out, the more it's preventing that fight that I really want to see from happening. So, like I've always, like Fury said himself, there's not a man born from his mother that can beat Tyson Fury. And I believe that, with his size at 6'9", the ability to, the awkwardness he brings to the ring, the accuracy he has with his jab, the way he's able to break your rhythm, the way he's able to dissect you psychologically with his trash talk as well. In the build-up to fights, he beats you before you even get into the ring, psychologically. And then you get in the ring with him and he makes you look silly. So, Fury has no interest in fighting the best right now, sadly. I'm going to disagree with you on that, LR Chiga. I think he does want to fight the best. The Tom Schwartz fight, Tom Schwartz is ranked number 2 by the WBO. So by beating Tom Schwartz, that gets him higher up in the rankings and positions him closer for a Joshua fight. It's also, from a business standpoint, it's the best opponent they could find out there for him to make him look good for his ESPN debut. I'm hoping that the rumors aren't true because they were saying that with Fury, basically that he might take another tune-up after this. So if he does that, then it's a problem. Why did he decline Oscar Rivas? I don't know, man. Oscar Rivas wasn't ranked number 2 at the WBO, so I mean that's why. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Oh man, like I mean, to respond to your comment, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Arjun Ganapathy, I don't know how to say your name, but yeah, I'm 5'5", and I'm pretty light at my feet. I'm pretty fast. You know, I got solid movement. I can't move like Fury. Fury's a special fighter, and people who know boxing, who have put on the gloves in any capacity, whether it be sparring, training at a local gym, you know how hard it is to do what Fury does in the ring, and to be at that size and do it, it's not something you see every day. I think he's a special fighter. Never before have 2 heavyweight champions avoid each other like this. It's disgusting. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because after that Wilder Fury fight, it looked like the heavyweight division was on a high, and we were heading for some big things. But yeah, it's definitely not been a good couple months for the heavyweight division. It's funny because ironically, the best thing that ever happened, the best fight that's happened so far in the heavyweight division this year has probably been the least watched heavyweight fight of the year, which was Kubrat Pulev versus Bogdan Dino, and that fight was completely overshadowed by the whole Jenny Sushi thing. So it's not been a good time to be a heavyweight boxing fan. Hopefully the Joe Joyce Dubois fights happen, because that's a fight that I'm very interested in. Everyone that fought AJ wasn't trying to kill him. Y'all forgot how the ref was stopping the inside fight game of Parker. No, I'm not forgetting that. Every time I've ever talked about that fight, I've brought that up. Yeah, it was disgusting, the refereeing that was going on that night. I acknowledge that, but you know, aside from that, you know, he fought Vladimir Klitschko. You know, fought Carlos Takam, fought Povetkin. The guy Wilder ducked like crazy, like the plague. You know, sparked him in, what was it, 8-9 rounds. Now he's fighting supposedly Andy Ruiz. You know, he fought Dillian White at British level. You know, probably gonna fight Dillian White in the future. His resume is hands down way better than Deontay Wilder has going on. How does Ruiz fare as a replacement against AJ? You know, I think it'll be an entertaining fight. Ruiz comes to fight, he's gonna let his hands go. He's been at that level before. He's been in a world championship fight. I think he'll be one of those guys that he would rather get knocked the hell out than to just go 12 rounds with AJ and say he won 12 rounds with AJ. He's not that kind of guy. So I think it'll be an entertaining fight for as long as it lasts, but I can't really see it lasting more than 5 rounds, honestly. You know, I'll be honest with you, 5 rounds, maybe 7, but that's what it is. So I'm not really happy about Ruiz. I was hoping my boy Trevor Bryan would get the fight. I know I'm a bit biased because that's my friend, but not just aside from him being my friend, the guy is WBA interim champion. He's undefeated. He's an actual American, like a full-fledged American, not Mexican. He's an American. He's from New York. Would have been cool to see him get the chance, but you know, Eddie Hearn didn't really believe in him, so it looks like it'll probably be Ruiz. I box Fury doesn't ball his fist, he backhands. Watch the tape. Yeah, I know. Tyson Fury, when he throws his jab, like he kind of, you can tell Tyson Fury has definitely studied Larry Holmes a little bit, because Larry Holmes used to throw his jab that way. He slapped with his jab, so he'll go there, he'll be boxing, right? You know, he'll slap you with the jab. He's not turning it over, and he's not stabbing you with it, but he's just slapping jab, and he's doing that a lot of times for range, and that's probably one guy. If I ever interviewed Fury, I'd ask him how much he studied Larry Holmes, because he does do a lot of Larry Holmes things in the ring, you know. LR Chica, Fury doesn't have to become the WBO mentor. He can make a 60-40 fight or even a 50-50 with Joshua anytime. WBO Mando will only get him 80-20 split, so it makes no sense. That's true, but they're not even looking at Fury anyway right now. Even what you're saying is true, because they've had their talks, but they're not even looking at Fury right now, because all they want to do is just, they're just talking about what's his name, Wilder, you know. So it is what it is. Lawrence Williams, bro, why do you hate Wilder so much? Did he disrespect you or turn you down for an interview? I'm curious. Okay, to answer your first question, why do you hate Wilder so much? I don't hate Deontay Wilder. I've actually made it a point, and I actually have a video on my channel, Why True School Sports now likes Deontay Wilder. I made it after I went to his fight when he knocked the hell out of Stavern. It was one of the best sporting events I ever went to in person. I made that a point in any time I've talked about Wilder to say that and big him up for that. Because I had a lot of fun with the fight. He is definitely worth the money. He brings the excitement, he brings the pain. He brings what people want to see. So I like Wilder. He's a fantastic fighter. But I don't like how he is putting the heavyweight division on hold. I don't like how Al Heyman is running his career. I don't like how he's posturing himself as the best heavyweight in the world when he has to fucking beat a top-level heavyweight. It's different if you're Fury or Joshua, because Fury and Joshua have both beaten Vladimir Klitschko. You haven't beat Vladimir Klitschko. You took Vladimir Klitschko. Okay? So, I'm just not a fan of that. You know, now as far as an interview, what's funny is I probably could have got it. I was in front of Wilder in 2017 because I held the camera for one of Radio Raheem's interviews when he interviewed Wilder, and Wilder seemed like a nice guy. Like I didn't think he was a bad guy or anything like that. He blocked me on Instagram though in 2015 because I said he wasn't a top 5 heavyweight. He blocked me, so he's a bit that kind of pissed me off. But I don't hold it against him. I think he's a good fighter. I like watching him fight. I'm still gonna tune in. I'll be live here on YouTube to watch the fight with Dominic Brazil. But we call a spade here on True School Sports. And if you don't like it, you can go over to Barbershop Conversations where they massage your ears, okay? This is True School Sports, and we keep it 100. Deontay Wilder is ducking the shit out of Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder doesn't want no smoke with Anthony Joshua. And Al Heyman, PBC, Shelly Finkel, Lou DiBella, and all parties involved have a fucking witness protection program for Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. And there's no two ways about it, because when you're fighting a guy who fought Anthony Joshua in his first title defense in his 17th fight and got battered around the ring, in your 40-something fight, and then you already have 2 opponents lined up after him, and you got your manager saying that, oh, our plate is too full. Fuck out of here. We don't want to hear all that. That's right. I would agree with you, Ped. I would 1,000% agree. I would say every heavyweight in the world, almost every heavyweight in the world, is afraid of the landlord. You know, and Joshua's not even my favorite heavyweight. I'm a Fury fan. I don't think Fury's afraid of AJ. I think Fury's I'll box AJ if the fight ever happens. But I don't think it's gonna happen because this is gonna hold it up. That's why I'm pissed off about it. I hope Usyk takes these belts. He is a true warrior. You know what's funny? Kaunaki, Ortiz, Wilder, they're all scared shitless of AJ. They're messing around so much that I would not be the least bit surprised that in the fourth quarter of this year we see Usyk get the Joshua fight, because Usyk's not gonna pussyfoot around. Usyk's not gonna say, "Oh, I need this and I need that and I need gold diamonds in my braids." No. Like, come on, man. No. He's going to say, look, I just fought Carlos Takam. I'm accustomed to the weight. Give me AJ. Usyk is cut from a different cloth. That's why Usyk is my pound. He is my pound-for-pound king of boxing, okay? Because he's not messing around. You saw what he did. He cleared out one of the deepest weight classes in boxing. Bitch slapped every top contender and champion there was in the cruiserweight division, okay? Now, and undisputed. Now he's going heavyweight. He's fighting Carlos Takam, a game fighter's first fight. You know, he's got to pass that test. If he passed that test and looks good doing it, which I think he will on May the 25th, I would not be surprised if he gets a Joshua fight, because all these other heavyweights, for either political reasons or them just being frightened to death, they don't want to fight Anthony Joshua. Let's see. Let's get these comments. Christian Lewis, what's going on, BT? You and your father have been putting out great content recently. I really appreciate that, Christian, and long may it continue, my friend. Long may it continue. BT, these bums don't want no smoke with AJ. I would agree. Most of these bums don't want any smoke with AJ. And then it's funny. The only people, it's hilarious. The only people who want to fight Anthony Joshua are Trevor Bryan. Really, Trevor Bryan. You know, I know Fury would fight him, but you know, he's doing his own thing right now. Britain has lame. No, Britain has. Listen, the UK has some fantastic. The UK has all the good heavyweights. All the heavyweights that are worth a damn right now in the division that have any sort of anything going for them. Like literally like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Joe Joyce, Dan Dubois, fuck, even Dave Allen, man. Like, why not? Dave Allen has more balls than Deontay Wilder. Come on, man. Dave Allen would have taken the Anthony Joshua fight. And I don't even like Dave Allen like that. Cherry Bryan is awful. He's worse than Tom Schwartz. No, he's not awful. You're out of your mind. I appreciate it, Christian. He said, get some Echo Falls. Get some Echo Falls for yourself and get you dad some chocolate brownies on me. I appreciate that, Christian. I appreciate that. Hey, for the 42 in here, if y'all want any listen, if y'all want to see the channel keep going, hit that super chat button. You can ask me any question you want about boxing. If you super chat me right now. You know what? We're gonna turn up here on True School Sports. Grab the bottle of Echo Falls. Grab the bottle of Echo Falls. We're gonna have some fun. Grab the bottle of Echo Falls, man. You know, just so you guys know, this is that. What is it? It's peach and mango Echo Falls. You see that? Peach and mango on you fools. So there you go. Super chat if you like, so I can get some more. Super chat if you want, so we can get some more Echo Falls. We might have to start. I might have to go fly out over there to Nottingham and do a video with Tyann Booth, man. That's my guy. I like Tyann Booth. Yeah. See this? Got the Echo Falls right here. We gonna pour a glass. Let the good times roll. How's your Tuesday going? It is Tuesday, right? How's your Tuesday going? Waiting for the next Tyann Booth video. Let's see. Block the boxes, but you are a fan of Dave Allen. No, I'm not actually. I'm not really a big fan of Dave Allen like that. In fact, I got criticized in my live because I was calling Dave Allen a fucking bum when he fought Lucas Brown, and then I was mad because he beat Lucas Brown. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I watched a lot more of his interviews and familiarized myself with Dave Allen, and you know, I like Dave Allen. As a person, he seems like a very nice, likable guy. You know, that's what it is, man. Are you going to do a video with Tyann Booth? No, probably not. I would love to, but probably not. I've never actually talked. I've never even actually talked to Tyann Booth. I'm just a massive fan of his channel. And I'm actually today, because I've been talking about it for like a week now. I haven't did it. Today, probably whenever I'm done with this live, I'm gonna make my video. I got a video coming out, and it's titled I'm gonna make my video. I got a video coming out, and it's titled Why Tyann Booth Deserves an Echo Falls Sponsorship. So be on the lookout for that. Tony Oka really destroyed Dave Allen. Did you watch? Tony Oka really destroyed Dave Allen. Did you watch that fight? He's cool though. I did watch that fight. He's absolutely just pieced up Dave Allen. But Dave Allen has gotten better since then. You know, we'll see how much better he's really gotten because he's fighting the big stiff idiot David Price even his next fight. Even his next fight. And hopefully if he can, you know, beat David Price, they can step him up some more levels. You know, maybe he's like, maybe Deontay Wilder is screwing around so much, and he's so much in the witness protection program of boxing that that Dave Allen gets the fight with Deontay Wilder, with Anthony Joshua, and we can drink to that. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I will. Listen. For any of you out there who watch Tyann Booth's channel, go on his channel and tell him True School Sports would love to do a collab video with him. Okay, I would love to. I'd be honored to do a video with Tyann Booth. Fine. That's the only. I would love to. I'd be honored to do a video with Tyann Booth. Fine. That's the only channel on YouTube I'll say is better than mine. I'm not want to say nobody else better than me but Tyann Booth because I like his channel that damn much. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate what's going on Wilder in his career, man. Like it's getting ridiculous. It's getting utterly ridiculous. What's going on Wilder in his career, man. Like it's getting ridiculous. It's getting utterly ridiculous. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this. The WBA have given Jarrell Miller a 6-month ban after he failed. I don't know if you guys saw this. The WBA have given Jarrell Miller a 6-month ban after he failed his drug test and whatnot. So, you know, he'll be removed from the WBA rankings for like 6 months. But what is that really worth? You know, what is that really worth? Because he can still fight. So, you know. Well, what's funny is I have Jarrell Miller's phone number, like the exact phone. Well, what's funny is I have Jarrell Miller's phone number, like the exact phone that I'm streaming this live on right now. Jarrell Miller's phone number is in it, and literally, like with Jarrell, I texted him the day all this came out because he was still here in South Florida. And I saw him the day before all this came out. And I asked to do an interview, and I never heard anything back. Never heard anything back from Jarrell Miller. He didn't want no smoke. He didn't want an interview. Yeah, those videos that he does with Billy Joe Saunders are amazing. I want to see him do some more videos of Billy. Yeah, those videos that he does with Billy Joe Saunders are amazing. I want to see him do some more videos of Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, I mean, he's the most recognizable name. He's the most recognizable name. He's the most recognizable name. He's the most recognizable name of, you know, the available replacements. So that's why they're making the fight. That's really what it comes down to, name recognition. I like to see Wilder fight the Nigerian guy. You're talking about F.A. Ajagba. Yeah, like, see, if they're gonna make in-house fights, with Deontay Wilder, am I lagging? With Deontay Wilder, am I lagging? Oh, it's my computer. If they were gonna make in-house fights with Deontay Wilder, that'd be a fight I would look into. But they won't do that because F.A. Jagba, you know, I know he'd probably lose that fight, but it'd be an interesting one. He'd probably lose that fight, but it'd be an interesting one. Don't be surprised if if it's Ortiz, Kaunaki, and then Jagba. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw Jagba in there after those guys, you know, because this is the Deontay Wilder Witness Protection Program. After all, we're talking about this is a very prestigious Deontay Wilder Witness Protection Program. After all, we're talking about this is a very prestigious witness protection program we're speaking about. Well, to be fair with you guys, well, Christian, you mentioned Shelly. Well, to be fair with you guys, well, Christian, you mentioned Shelly Finkel. Yes, he did screw over Shannon Briggs, and Greg Cohen was involved with that too. You know, I'm not gonna get too much into the detail here, but I have a really good friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but I have a very good friend. One of my best friends in all of boxing. But I have a very good friend. One of my best friends in all of boxing used to work for Greg Cohen Promotions. He was actually one of Greg Cohen's right-hand man, and Greg Cohen screwed my friend. Like literally, Greg Cohen screwed my friend out of 6 figures at least. So yeah, 6 figures at least. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. My man Pete, welcome to the stream, man. So for those of you who are just funneling in here, okay, for those of you just funneling in here and wondering what exactly did Shelly Finkel say, he went on the Boxing Voice podcast today. What exactly did Shelly Finkel say? He went on the Boxing Voice podcast today, and he stated that they are ruling out the Anthony Joshua fight in 2019. They're saying that they don't want that fight this year because they have so much on their plate. They have so much on their agenda. They have so much on their agenda. And that's pretty much what it is. They're basically saying they don't want to fight him, and so in a very intelligent way, they don't want to fight him. Um, they said their plate is full, but then see they could have said that and it would have been bad. But to make matters worse, Shelly Finkel said that they're not fighting him this year. They'll revisit it in 2020. Their plate is full, and then that he also admitted, this is Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder's manager, that Luis Ortiz and Adam Kornacki being next, that is in the works. That's been a rumor floating around, and he confirmed that today, that they're working on making those two fights immediately right after Brazil. So I mean, that's 3 opponents right there. That's 3 fights. We're talking about a year's worth of fights. You know, that's witness protection. That is witness protection for boxing. You know, that's witness protection. That is witness protection for boxing if I've ever seen it. Yeah, man, it's really unfortunate, man. I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people are high on Efe Ajagba. I'm not like the highest on Efe Ajagba. Like objectively speaking, I'm not. I really never really thought highly of Efe Ajagba. He's getting a lot of hype because most PBC welterweights suck. To be honest with you, like they have Kanaki, who's solid. They have Ruiz, who's gonna get slaughtered. You know, I'm not really big on him, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on Ness from TBV? Ness has worked very hard for a lot of years to get to where he's at, so I don't want to slag him off or criticize him because he's puts in a lot of work, and I've seen it firsthand. So much respect to Ness, but as far as, you know, he's very political. He's very politically correct. You know, he makes sure he doesn't step on the toes of certain people. You know, smart guy. But yeah, I would highly advise anybody who's here right now, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel, to True School Sports. I'm gonna be live this week for Jacobs versus Canelo. Next week I'm going to a local fight card here in South Florida, so that should be fun. That's what I'm saying. So much on your plate. Like, come on, man. Come on. So much on your plate. You have not, I mean, $120 million and undisputed, but what happened to one face, one name, one champion? You ever notice that? You ever notice that guys on, let me take my hoodie off, it's freaking hot in here. You ever notice that guys with these PBC fighters that with these PBC fighters that basically they say one thing and then when it's time to make that big fight they say another thing? Like, for example, Errol Spence Jr. was saying a while ago when Terrence Crawford wasn't, when he just got to welterweight, oh, Terrence, get a belt and I'll fight you. So then he gets a belt against Jeff Horn, and now he's saying, I'm the A side. I gotta clean up my side of the street. I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, and yada, 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 yada. Bullshit. So, it's a popular theme with out-handed fighters, but let's see. Bob Smitty says local fight cards are the best. Absolutely. To let you know, the fight card that I'm going to, it's a lot of prospects, undefeated prospects. Like we got Ivan Ditchko, who is, you guys may remember Ivan Ditchko. He was I think he's from Kazakhstan. I want to say he's from Kazakhstan. Ivan Ditchko, he fought Anthony Joshua in the Olympics in 2016. He'll be on the card. He's ranked number 15 by the WBA right now, so he's looking to push up the rankings. I'll be at that fight for him. You got Logan Yoon, another good prospect, good American prospect from Hawaii. He'll be on that card. You got a couple other local fighters like Bad Blake Davis, who you guys saw him. I interviewed him recently, and I'll have some more stuff with Bad Blake Davis. You guys will be learning a lot more about him because me and him are working on some stuff together. And yeah, so it should be a fun night of boxing. You never know who you'll see at these local fight cards too. Who do you got, Canelo or Jacobs? I got Canelo. Body punches are gonna wear him down. Jacobs won't be able to move and box the way he wants to. Battle Hub, yeah, I am in Florida. I live here. I've lived here the majority of my life. I'm just a kid from Dania, greatest city in the world. Nowhere else I'd rather be. But I want Jacobs to win because he's one of the American fighters that I can get behind for sure. I could definitely get behind a guy like Jacobs. He's great. He's absolutely fantastic. I love Jacobs. Yeah, no, Dominic Brazil will be a live dog for sure, no doubt about it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just pissed off about this whole Shelly Finkel thing, because we spent all of 2018 talking about this fucking fight. Now it's 2019, we're spending talking about this fight, and now all of a sudden, we're gonna have to wait until 2020. So it's in marination, as the PVC I like to say. No, Jacobs is going to have to literally like break his rhythm. Like he's gonna have to make, because Canelo likes to fight in spurts. He's been that way his whole career. He's gotten a little better as time has went on. You know, not fighting in as many spurts. Like he's been able to sustain his work rate a little better. I think that was the biggest thing he took from the Triple G fights, was the fact that he had to learn how to not fight in spurts as much. So he's learned how to sustain his work rate a lot more, which has helped him. Jacobs is gonna have to break his rhythm, feints, get off first, but more importantly, above all those things, he's got to hit Canelo with something early to get his respect. You don't gotta like knock him out or anything like that, or hurt him, but just hit him hard enough to get his respect early. Because if you don't do that, then Canelo's gonna press forward and he's gonna start unleashing those ridiculous body punches, and that's where it's going to be an issue for him. Edward Scott, what's up, champ? He says, BT, my man, I just dropped a comment on that Wrong Beside vid. Yeah, I just watched that fight this morning, and I did a video on it. I just dropped it, so if you guys haven't seen my breakdown on Wrong Beside versus Strata, it's about 20 minutes. It's round by round. Go check that out when you get a chance. I thought Estrada had a great performance, solidified himself as the guy in the division, really, and arguably the best Mexican fighter in the world, and that includes Canelo. Yeah, my dad's been kicking my ass in these fight predictions recently. I gotta give my dad a lot of credit. A lot of times I get fights right, and maybe he doesn't get as many right. But last 2 weeks, man, my dad's been kicking my ass. So gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him, man. My dad's been right. Yeah, man. Honestly, the reason I picked Wrong Messiah was just because I've been wrong so many times picking against him, and then the one time I pick him, he freaking loses. So, ain't that something, man? Maybe it's the B Taylor jinx. Maybe it's the jinx. But yeah, so for those of you who are funneling in here, just so you know, Shelly Finkel came out today and dismissed a Anthony Joshua fight in 2019. He said they will revisit negotiations in 2020, and that they are working on lining up Kaunaki and Luis Ortiz for Deontay Wilder in his next two fights. So there you have it, man. There you have it. She says it's the Echo Falls. Yeah, man. It's this Echo Falls. The Echo Falls is lowering my boxing IQ, and I can't pick fights right anymore. Oh snap! My dad's coming by, so my dad should be here in a couple minutes. So that should be fun. Get my dad's thoughts on this. So I'm gonna stay live. You guys, it's gonna be. I get the sense that today's gonna be one of those special lives. You guys remember when I went live? I was going to the gym that one day, and then it was raining, and then I sat underneath the bus thing, and then I came back home, and then I went to the Heavyweight Factory, and then we were live with Bo and Holyfield. That was a special live. Well, this is gonna be like one of those type of days. So we're gonna wait for Pops. We're gonna wait for Pops to come, and we're gonna get his reaction. We're gonna get his reaction to what Shelly Finkel said about Wilder and AJ. Yes, it's Otto. Yes, he just commented that's him right there in the comments. Nelson Taylor, he's coming by. So my dad will be here very, very soon to give his reaction on Shelly Finkel ruling out Deontay Wilder fighting Anthony Joshua. I'm sure he's gonna go ape shit. It's gonna be great. My dad's more animated than I am. So you and your father are great when you're talking boxing. Oh, that's great. Oh, damn it. I wish I was there for the live at the factory. Yeah, well, what's funny is I'm going to tell you guys a story about that day. So I went to the Heavyweight Factory to do that live. And I cut it a bit short. I would have been on a lot longer, but I cut it short because I walked in there. I talked to Holyfield. I talked to Bo. But then I cut it short because, ironically, Jarrell Miller was at the Heavyweight Factory doing his training camp. So his people were looking at me kind of funny, and I could tell they were going to come over and say something to me. So I just said, you know what, F it. Before I were going to deal with that, Let me just turn it off, and maybe we can get the baby interview. And this was, what's funny was that live was the day before he tested, when the news came out from him testing positive. So I saw Jarrell the day before all this news came out that he tested positive. He was there at the gym. He was like sitting down. He had this big this big gallon of water, but there wasn't water in it. There was like this yellow, this weird ass yellow substance in there in the gallon of water. And you know, I'm not gonna make any accusations, but I mean the news came out the next day that he was on PED. So who's to say there wasn't some HGH or some shit there in his gallon of water that day. It was like bright yellow. It was bright yellow. He had it in his hand. He was drinking it. So I'm hoping it wasn't piss. But you know, and then it's funny, like all that came out, and then he said later on that week that we would do the interview, and then he curbed me pretty much. Like he said, "Oh, we'll do the interview later in the week. You're my guy." Those were his exact words. "We'll do the interview later in the week. You're my guy." Then the news comes out, and then I say, "Hey, Jarrell, I know you have a lot going on right now, but you know you can clear it up in our interview if we do an interview together." And he didn't respond. But it's funny though, because I know people he was texting. People that are personal friends of mine that text him told me that his phone still works. So his phone still works. So I know Jarrell just didn't want that interview, because I would have asked him some honest questions. I was there on live that day. Yeah, you were here, Blark. You were here for sure. If you ever was on juice as a fighter, you should be banned. I mean, it would bring more credibility to the sport if they started taking that more seriously. But unfortunately, someone's gonna have to die. Like a life will have to be lost, and it can't just be of a guy who's a domestic level fighter. Like it's gonna have to be of a guy who's a world champion, makes a lot of money. Like if, for example, if a guy took PEDs against Canelo, let's say Jacobs was juiced to the gills against Canelo, and he kills Canelo this weekend, like literally kills him and murders him. Then boxing will start taking it seriously. But if it's like, I don't know, Anthony Crawler or someone who doesn't make a lot of money, who's just somewhat of a name or a nobody in boxing, then they're not gonna care. Someone has to get killed, and it has to be somebody who makes a lot of money in boxing. Because then these promoters say, damn, PEDs are a problem. They just killed my guy. AJ was on the juice before. I'm not gonna lie, like I know he hasn't failed a test, and I know they do a lot of testing, but I think he's on the juice. I mean, I think Anthony Joshua is definitely on the juice. I can't prove it, but he looks like it. That doesn't, but you know, I think PEDs are overrated in the sense that like people, like I think PEDs are overrated in the sense I don't think PEDs make you a better fighter, because plenty of fighters have taken PEDs and not done shit in the ring, like literally. Yeah, and that's where they get it wrong. They don't. I think sometimes these agencies like VADA and USADA, they do a bad job of communicating what's legal and not legal. You know, I think they should have people that come to these guys' camps and just go over what they can and can't take, or at least have like an hour where the fighters can basically ask them, hey, I'm thinking about taking this, is this fine? Like they should have that like for every training camp. Romo Gonzalez is coming back. Do you reckon he can avenge his loss to Rungvisai and beat Estrada again? Oh my god, that's a tough question to ask me. I think he could definitely. I mean, I think if Rungvisai is as shot as he was in that fight, because I know Estrada fought a great fight, so I don't want to take anything away from him. But you can tell for sure that something was wrong with Rungvisai, and even if you go back and you watch the fight when he fought Diaz, something was wrong with him. He hasn't been the same guy. So maybe Romo can beat him, but I'd rather him stay away from Rungvisai. As far as Estrada, I think Estrada is actually a good fight for Roman, because I think Roman, what Estrada's ultimate undoing will be in that fight, if they do fight, is that Roman Gonzalez, Estrada he's Mexican, and he has this machismo, so he's going to want to sit there, and he's fighting Roman Gonzalez, so he's going to want to prove something against Roman Gonzalez, and you cannot sit there in front of Roman Gonzalez in the pocket, or you will get used and abused, all right? So, you know, I think Roman Gonzalez, I'm not going to sit here and say I think Roman Gonzalez will beat Estrada, because as much as I'd want to say that, and I would love to believe that, I just think he's maybe a little bit too past it to beat Estrada, but I gave him a great chance to beat Estrada. I gave him like a 45% chance to beat Estrada. Personally though, my man Sheehy says Roman needs to fight either Tanaka, Yafai, and Kaz, Estrada, or Nietes. If I was Roman's manager, if I was this guy, if I had to manage his career, you just name two of the names that I have him fight. I would have him fight Kale Yafai because Kale Yafai is the weakest champion in the weight class. He beats him, he stops him. I think he would stop Yafai. He'd stop Yafai, get a title. Then he could fight Nietes because Nietes said for a long time that Roman Gonzalez is his dream fight. Beats Nietes, retires on that, rides up into the sunset, and then he has a legitimate claim to fighter of the decade. Why do you think Vlad always fought in Germany? He refused random drug testing from 2009. That's a good point. My dad is right up the street. He says he's waiting for a train to go by. So we are just minutes from live reaction from my dad in regards to this whole Wilder situation. So if y'all might want to go get your popcorn ready. Go get you some Echo Falls. Get you some fruit roll-ups, some popcorn, a sandwich, a Kit Kat bar, whatever it is you like to snack on. Go get it right now because my dad's about to go off. True School Sports. I can't lie. I'm glad you're not biased. I mean, I try not to be. I'll be honest with you, but sometimes it's hard. If the governing bodies launch a program to talk to all fighters, have a son, maybe then there should be no excuse after that for PED use. Absolutely. I mean, that's the problem is, you know, you have like, so you have the WBC and the clean boxing program, and the WBA has their own thing, and it's just too confusing. Boxing has to get more unified in terms of drug testing. You can't have PBC fighters doing USADA testing and then everybody else doing VADA testing. That's not how it should be. What do y'all think has been the best fight this year for boxing? Personally, my favorite fight this year was Takashi Inoue versus Jaime Munguia. I thought that was a good fight. I thought his fight with Hogan was good too, even though it ended really, really horribly. Let me see. Bogdan Dinu versus Pulev was my favorite fight this year so far. That's been my best fight so far. Oh man, you said Gashi versus Chisora? That was a horrible one. That was brutal. That was brutal on the eyes. That was one. Some PEDs aren't illegal for household consumers. Our is the water pill. You can find that at the store. PEDs should be reviewed and fighters need to be re-educated. Absolutely. All that stuff, because it's not good, man. It makes the sport look bad, and you know, we're trying to make boxing a more respected sport in America, because in America boxing has a lot of black eyes and people have been turned off and don't give a shit about boxing in America for the most part as a mainstream sport. So gotta do better. I'm gonna go try to see if my dad is outside. Let me see. I think he might be outside. No, he's not home yet. He's not here yet. There's a lot of traffic outside, so he should be here. He should be in a couple minutes. Oh snap! Rook Davies has his fruit roll-ups. Let's go, champ. He's got his fruit roll-ups. I got my Echo Falls right here. I got my Echo Falls in my mug. We're here. Oh yeah, that's right. Plant. That was this year? What was that this year? Feels like so long ago. My favorite fight was Pacquiao versus Broner. I wish it would have. The only problem with that fight was, you know, I thought the judging was a bit questionable. Like, I thought Broner got robbed. I think he beat that boy. He was landing more punches. It was just bad. But yeah, Broner versus Pacquiao is my favorite. Is coconut? Would you consider coconut water and drinking coconut water in between, coconut water in between Coconut water in between rounds, is that a PED? Uh, yeah, that's right. Cincinnati, stand up. West Side, 2-5. Yo, that interview was hilarious. When this man told Jim Gray, when he said, "I'm 3-3-1, my last 7 fight. If I fight you, I'll be 7-0." That I lost it. I'll never forget how I lost it watching that. That one statement right there made the pay-per-view worthwhile. Like, I didn't get cheated. Broner gave him my money's worth for the post-fight interview. Usyk versus Bellew was pretty good. Yeah, that was a good fight. I was live for that. I remember I was going for Bellew because obviously Bellew is a fellow Evertonian, and I like Bellew. And he had some success against Usyk early, but Usyk's pressure was just too much for him. Yeah, Broner is hilarious. Yeah, that's why. I mean, the only things that matter when it comes to Broner are the build up, the build up, like the interviews and the build up and the post fight interviews. That's like the fight is whatever. Like when he said y'all think I'm gonna lose to Manny Pacquiao, I'm about to beat his motherfucking ass on God in them, and I don't even know who NM is. When he said that, I lost it. And then he literally put on God in them on his trunks when he fought Pacquiao. That's made it that much more special. Let's see. West Side 2-5. West Side 2-5. We live on TSS. Striving for success. To be the best on this YouTube conquest. Bars. Yo, what did y'all make of I didn't get a chance to watch it myself yet, but supposedly Barry Hearn made some racist remarks. Did Barry Hearn make some? They said Barry Hearn made some racist remarks, and he said he was a slave trader or something like that. Like, what was that all about? I haven't had a chance to watch the press conference yet for myself. I mean, knowing how things are in America, people in America think everything is racist. So. AB is fighters' dog food. Do you guys remember a couple of years ago when they said Adrian Broner was the next Floyd Mayweather? That was pretty funny. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It was banter. You know, a lot of I'm starting to realize, like, with people from the UK, because I get a lot of people from the UK on here, and I watch a lot of UK stuff. Is like y'all are always joking, man. Y'all are always joking about stuff, which I like. Like, I'm not really a serious person myself. Like, it was just banter. I like banter. Banter is fun. It's like, for example, when Tyann Booth made Tyann Booth made that video about Terrence Crawford's girlfriend being extremely fat. And by the way, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but she is. I sat next to her at the Crawford Lundy press conference a couple years ago. The woman is fat. She's very fat and she's very loud. So he made a video basically talking about how, should boxers have a fat girlfriend. And he brought up some good points. He said things that people. That's why I like Tyann Booth, because he says the things that people think, but he says them out loud. And then everybody's like, oh well, like all the American channels were like, oh well, Terrence is he's disrespecting Terrence's wife, and Terrence is gonna beat him up, and you don't want to upset Terrence Crawford. Okay, that makes sense about the whole slave trader thing. That makes sense. BT, would you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's disgusting. But hey, everybody has their own preference, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And Terrence Crawford has made some children with her, and he loves her, so that's his prerogative. Old people are still generally hella racist here in the UK, dude. Okay, I believe it. Old people here in America are still racist. Yeah, I didn't watch the press conference, so I didn't have a chance to really see what was said or how it looked. All I heard was people YouTube channels and say, "Oh, it's racist and everything." There you go. You're not a therapist. Everybody wants to be a therapist these days, but especially here in America. I mean, people in America like people here think, oh, everything is racist. Uh-oh.
What's going on, champ?
Here he is.
What's going on,
The
guys?
man, the myth, the legend is here.
Yeah.
He's here.
What's going on, man? What's new?
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
We're gonna ask him. We're gonna get some live reaction here.
Yeah, sure.
So I told y'all to get your fruit roll-ups ready. I told you he was
Let's
nearby. The champ is here, my pops. Woo! Let's go, champ. We're talking about. I don't know. Did you hear the news today?
I didn't hear the news. I just heard about. Yeah, I just heard the last reaction. You were talking about Shelly Finkel.
Mm-hmm.
I think what people are misunderstanding what he said. They're taking it out of context because of the way he worded the wording that he wanted to get across.
Shelly Finkel?
No, not Shelly Finkel.
Barry Hearn?
Barry Hearns. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're talking about the whole racist? Yeah. I didn't get a chance.
That's what I've been reading about. I don't know exactly what he said, but I think he just did it the way he meant to say it. Didn't come out right, so it seemed like a racist thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you know what Shelly Finkel said today? Did you hear
No.
what he said? Okay. I got it right in front of you. We're gonna read it.
No.
So look, we're gonna get his organic reaction because he hasn't even read. He doesn't
God.
even know what this is. So look, we're on Michael Benson's Twitter account. He got the exact quotes right here, so you can read it for yourself.
Crazy.
And come to your own surmise, okay?
Right.
So basically, this is what was reported. So it says here, Deontay Wilder's co-manager Shelly Finkel has ruled out the Anthony Joshua fight next. He said they'll revisit the AJ fight in 2020, but have a full plate this year. When asked if Luis Ortiz or Adam Konaki is next, Finkel admitted things are in the works, though they're not confirmed. Hold on.
Okay,
Shelly Finkel. These are his exact quotes.
Yeah.
Until recently, they being her and Joshua, they didn't want the fight. We have a pretty full plate this year, and we'll discuss fighting Joshua next year. John Skipper and I are developing a very good relationship. Talks will continue and eventually lead to a fight. So basically, they're putting the fight on hold till 2020, and they already have Wilder's next two opponents lined up after Brazil, if he gets past Brazil. So what do you make of this?
I'm sorry to tell you, but I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Damn.
That's what I think. Because this is what I don't get about these heavyweights to get the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua for undisputed to make their legacy or whatever. Going back and forth on this Shelly Finkel and Wilder, waiting and this, going to back and forth. It's not a good thing for boxing, not for the fans. I mean, how bad do you really want it? You know, and now you schedule Wilder to fight this other. What's the purpose of all that? You know, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to go knock on Wilder's door, and he's gonna pay your rent.
Damn, you mean Joshua?
I mean Joshua, yeah.
They're gonna pay.
Yeah.
He's gonna pay your rent,
yeah.
landlord.
Because it's ridiculous. This saga been going on for so long, and even with Ortiz and the management, I'm kind of pissed off that Trevor Bervick got Trevor Bryan got overshadowed over supposedly over
Andy Ruiz.
I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from him. But I think this guy's been waiting for his opportunity, and he's been waiting for a while. And now all of a sudden, Reese this fight, has a great fight, and comes back from a 2-year layoff, and they just totally blow off. Trevor Bryan. So I don't like that either. Ortiz, these guys don't want to be champions. None of these guys want to be champions. Going back and forth. At the end of the day, Joshua has all the 3 belts, and you're gonna have to go see him. And I so hope. Before all this stuff going back and forth with Wilder and Ortiz, 'cause I'm a big fan of Ortiz, I so hope that Josh just put her ass whipping on both of them. And I wouldn't offer, if I was Eddie Hearns, I would not offer Ortiz the same amount if they were to fight, or even Wilder, because he had another opportunity, he turned it down. So you know what? How many opportunities you need to get? Just like in baseball, you have 3 strikes. I'm tired of this whole soap opera. So Joshua, do me a favor. I didn't have you over my board, Ortiz, even though the reality is, like my son said, he would get his ass whooped. But do me a favor, kick Ortiz's ass, and kick kick Wilder's motherfucking ass. And maybe if you hit him a couple times over the head, he has some sense because he doesn't have any money sense or any sense at all.
Damn. Okay, so strong words there from like that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So, if you were to run into someone from Luis Ortiz's team, like Jay Jimenez, his advisor, or his trainer Herman Caicedo, what would you say to them?
I see. You for Ortiz's case, like I tell him, from where Ortiz came from to where he is now, you only get so many opportunities, and supposedly you're 50 years old walking with a cane. So you guys are ruining this guy's career, his chance. And then all of a sudden, because I was reading the other day about them, then all of a sudden you guys say, oh, we didn't make the mistake. It was a promoter. No, you guys went along with it. So you're part of the team. You win as a team, and you lose as a team. And guess what? Ortiz is not going to get a better offer and bigger offers than that again.
Okay, well, the reason I asked you that question is because next week is the fight card at the Hard Rock, and I'm gonna go to the weigh-in and all the stuff going on. Now I don't know. I haven't checked the card to see if any of his fighters are fighting on it. We might just run into Luis Ortiz's trainer.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, so we might get my dad going off on the trainers.
They might throw me out of there.
They might throw him out.
Because the thing I don't like about it, and nothing against black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Cubans, but I've noticed when I speak to people politically or anything get involved with the Cuban people,
Cubans, okay.
It's a long ass dialogue about shit. They never get to the point of it. The same thing with Ortiz training when my son was training him. He was just going on with some bullshit, just talking away like a parrot. And Ortiz didn't even say that. She just got to certain points of what he wanted to say. So my point being is, he's full of crap just like they all are. And they're ruining his career too. So Ortiz joined the bandwagon of the Wilder No Brains with Rocks Club.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. $5 million, you're gonna turn that down? You want to take $500,000 from Wilder from the first fight, but not 10 times as much from the real champion and get his belts? Jeez, I'm no mathematician or Einstein, but you know what? I know what 1 + 1 is and 2 + 2 is.
Damn. There you have it.
Yeah.
Strong words from Pops.
I'm just disappointed. So that's why, in a way, I can't wait for Usyk to do something in the heavyweight division, because I think he eventually will do something. He's going to be a tough opponent to whoever he fights, but he's not going to. They're not going to sit down and BS all the way around this. I don't think. I don't think, because he's also the same manager. Usyk's manager the same as Lomachenko's, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Well, he didn't BS in the cruiserweight division.
No, he didn't. He took over that.
Fabisi says it's gonna get to the stage where the WBC belt won't be an official piece of the heavyweight crown and the equivalent to the IBO.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're gonna lose the value and the respect for that belt. Because I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it as a champ. Like when I used to box, and my goal was to get in that ring, and beat my opponent, get a better record, and try to be a champion. That's the ultimate goal.
The amateurs.
Right. I'm talking about the amateurs. I'm saying when I used to do, and that's the goal that I wanted to achieve. And these guys are professionals supposedly, and they got all kinds of advisor, and they still get to make the wrong decision. I don't understand that. You're not gonna get that much money in your lifetime, Ortiz, and Wilder. You're just as dumb as a rock. You should have gone. And I keep saying it. You should have gone with Eddie Hearns in the zone, and you would have had a better career, and you would have made more money on your first fight than you have all this time with your team.
There you have it, man. There you have it. She says, what do you think about Jesse Vargas calling out Jarrett Hurd and Jaime Munguia?
Oh, man, when I heard that, shit, I thought it was a laughing stock.
I don't think it's a laughing stock. He's ambitious.
No, I think it's a laughing stock because, first of all, Jarrett Hurd is 10 times bigger than him. I think he will put a beating on him. And Munguia's a young buck that still needs to learn. I think Munguia will beat him, but that's my opinion on that.
Let the man live, man.
Yeah.
Let the man live. I applaud it.
Yeah.
I applaud it. You're
Yeah.
in a new weight class.
Yeah.
Why mess around? Try to go out there and fight the best. Whether he wins or not, I don't think so. But
Yeah.
you know, I applaud him for it.
Yeah, and that's my opinion on that. Munguia, I really don't even mention that name Munguia in front of me after that Hogan fight. I'm still livid about that fight. I'm still upset about that fight. And then I guess Hogan appealed the fight to see if he could have another.
And they said no.
And they said no. Come on, man. Now I'm scared to watch the fight on May 4th with Jacobs.
Oh, I'm not scared. I know what's gonna happen.
I want Jacobs to come out there, so he's gonna have to come up there and make a big statement if he's gonna get those belts. Or if not, the politics and the BS is gonna be back on Canelo's side.
I'm gonna get all. I'm only gonna get mad if Jacob goes out there and he fights like he did against Triple G.
Yeah, you've been saying this all along.
If he
Wait,
go-
he was soft with Triple G when he fought, or was he more aggressive?
No, like
what
the
did you
guy,
expect?
the guy came out there and he was just on his back foot, boxing, circling around the ring, and it's like, motherfucker, you already know. Like Georgie fight, I understand. Maybe he thought it'd be more fair.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
In this fight, the whole deck is stacked against you.
They say 4-0 already, right?
4-0 already. And
4-0.
the fight hasn't even started. He hasn't made a ring walk yet.
Yeah.
Okay? You already know. So I don't want to see you sit there and go on your back foot and box and say, I thought I won the fight.
No.
If I hear that,
Yeah, I think he's gonna come out. I honestly think, I mean, like you said, probably Cannelo's overpower. I'm going for Jacobs, but I think he's been through. I keep this is my main thing, my main focus on. He's been through a lot. He's done a lot.
Story.
And I think what he's been through is gonna get him over the hump on this. The only thing that I feel is the two things my son said. He really didn't show up for the GG fight. You said, 'cause I thought it was okay. And then the other thing is the politics.
Yeah. Munguia's team is corrupt, plus the kid is on PEDs. Hogan should be the champ.
Yeah, no, I agree. He should have been. When you see a fight, and this is what gets me mad, and then the argument is, oh, the judges only see certain angles of the punches. Oh, they don't see nothing.
They only see
oh,
the big
there's
statement.
equality.
This is the big statement.
If you see a fight, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. When you're watching a fight, and you see who the more active fighter is, who's the most one catching the punches, whether you see the full punch or not, the points should go to the favor to him. And that didn't happen in that fight. That didn't happen in a lot of other fights. And it takes me hours to get over it, or a couple of days, because I'm so passionate about speaking boxing, but I can't control the fact of the politics.
I mean, there's still fights that I'm mad about to this day. Like
Yeah.
Kovalev versus Ward 1, I'm mad about to this day.
Wow, yeah, that's
They screwed him on the night.
Yeah.
I see you guys in the comments are talking about boxing being corrupt and other sports and how other sports are corrupt or aren't corrupt. Listen, every sport is corrupt because where there's money, there is corruption. But the thing about boxing is their corruption is so in your face.
Mhm.
You know, it's so in your face. See, other sports, like for example, that reminds me, I gotta watch Champions League here in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
other sports, like for example, in the Champions League in soccer
Yeah.
or football, they're corrupt too. There's been corruption in Champions League and other sports.
Well, you know, not to cut you. I'm sorry. You're talking about the world. Remember the FIFA big thing they had, the
Yeah.
scandal with the.
Yeah, nothing is as bad as cycling. Cycling's pretty bad.
Is it?
Yeah,
The PDs and all that stuff.
like Lance Armstrong and Floyd Landis and all these guys. I got.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that in sports, as athletes, we want to have an edge, but how much of an edge do you want to have? What can cost you your career or your earnings?
Enough to get them checks.
Yeah, that's
Whatever
true.
it's gonna take.
I mean, you see what Gerard Miller put out earlier? He didn't say much.
Today?
Yeah, he put it on Instagram. He was just saying like, you know, he'll be back, and you know, congratulations to Ruiz for getting the fight, and you know, don't count them out. He's gonna be back again. Like he
To
didn't-
do what?
I hope he's not to cheat again, because he cheated 4 times already. I mean, 3 times. How many more do you cheat?
No, WBC is just as, if not more, corrupt than all the other ones.
That's so true.
I mean, I'll tell you guys a story. I went to the WBC convention in 2016,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna say I sat here and I saw anything corrupt, but you could just feel the corruption in the air.
Yeah. I mean, it's so just so BS. Sometimes they give belts to people that don't. I forgot which a couple of weeks or a month when they gave the belt to somebody else, a belt or whatever honorary belt to somebody else that's nobody. But they're just gonna go. They just add. It's like having a dessert or the proof is in the pudding. You know, you get dessert or the cake and you have the whipped cream. I mean, the cake frosting on it. That's all they do. They just layer it and layer and layer. I always thought the WBC was for me personally, not just my own opinion, that they carry a strong hold in boxing because people respect them so much. This and that.
Yeah.
That they should have a stronger hold on all the other sanctioned bodies, and I'll try to come up with something where they don't have all this back and
That's
forth.
bad for business.
Oh my God, how much money do you need? You can't take it with you.
Uh,
I mean, them guys are what, millionaires anyway,
have
right?
you ever heard anybody in the world say I have too much money?
No. Yeah.
I mean, where Scott says UK boxing isn't as corrupt, and it's not because I'm British. It's the truth. Look at Marie Tucker, how he won the belt fair and square. In any other country, he would have lost. You're right, and I made that point myself.
Yeah. And
You know, in the UK, they have the British Boxing Board of Control. It's a smaller country, so it's easier to control things.
Mhm.
In America, you got 50 freaking state athletic commissions, and
Wow.
they're all different. And
Yeah.
you know, the sanctioning bodies have different influences in different states, so it's a lot more complex here in America. The NBA is pretty bad because they cater to superstars, and I can't watch the NBA sometimes. Like there used to be a time, like right now I'm wearing a Kemba Walker All-Star shirt. Big shout out to Kemba Walker, wearing to the Hornets. There was a time where the NBA playoffs came around, and I could not miss an NBA playoff game.
Yeah.
The NBA playoffs have just started. How many times have I went on my way to mention the playoffs to you since it started?
Not this year.
I don't mention the playoffs.
It's weird because my son, this year, for first year, the Marks first year that my son and I didn't constantly talk basketball, and what's the other one you just said?
Football.
Football. And he's the big Panther fan.
Massive Carolina Panther fan.
Not he stops the world for them, but for some reason these two like really, you know, he's very upset at them or whatever.
For one, basketball, like in the NBA, it's just not competitive.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I've been keeping an eye on the playoffs from like afar. I follow basketball on Instagram, so I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, these playoffs haven't like.
Side of you?
Well, no. Like you already know what's gonna happen. The Warriors win in the finals.
Yeah.
It's almost a foregone conclusion that the Warriors win in the finals.
It's crazy.
So that's why I get excited. Okay, yeah, there's been some good series. What do you fucking do? But like, there's no parity in the league. No. And then as far as the NFL that has more to do with the fact that I just can't watch American football the same ever since I started watching Everton. Following Everton, I just can't. But it's not even just that the Panthers pissed me off because the Panthers should have won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. I'm still mad about that. Yeah. How the hell you go 15-1, you smash everybody, and then you play old ass Peyton Manning and you just fold in the Super Bowl like that? I'm still pissed off about that.
It's crazy, but that's how it is, though. You know, sometimes you just get really uptight.
So it has less to do. It has more to do with me having to follow boxing so much, and then. And for me, watching soccer.
Yeah, for me, as far as basketball goes, and even baseball, when I used to take my son. I
love baseball. I still love baseball.
I don't like the players' egos are so bloated that they forget where they came from, and I don't like that when professionals don't show. I'm just talking generalizing. Don't show the love for the kids. Don't respect the fans the way they should respect the fans. Because at the end of the day, if they're not sitting in that seat having their popcorn and beer, or whatever,
buying their jersey,
you don't have $1 million in your pocket. And then, I'm not gonna say role models, but I think that not all the players I'm putting this, but I'm saying some of them, they need to carry themselves a lot better.
Yeah.
And one thing about in boxing that I'm very adamant about, and even though I can't do nothing because he's about the billions, is Broner. Broner, whatever he was great, whatever he's got this talent and everything, but he's an airhead when he goes out there and starts going live and talking to people, you know, with respect to authority. He doesn't realize the kids see that. They look up to him and everything. He doesn't really care about nobody by himself, and I don't like that. I think you should carry yourself.
What are you talking
about the billions.
Adrian Broner. Yeah.
You know, but don't get me wrong. He makes me laugh. Like I tell my son the time when we went to the referee, told me 7-0.
Oh yeah.
How do you say?
I'm 51 when I step up, but I'll be 7-0 against you.
Yeah, he's crazy. He was just on Instagram floating all kinds of money and stuff. I was like, man, this guy just don't listen.
Guy's a fool. Edward Scott says, BT, do you watch Champions League football? I am absolutely addicted to watching it. I'm about to watch it in 15 minutes. I'm about to watch Ajax versus Tottenham. The two teams I'm rooting for to win the Champions League final. Hopefully one of them wins the final. Whoever comes out of this game, whoever comes out of this leg of the Champions League, I'll be rooting for in the final. Yeah. Whether it's Tottenham, because I'm a big fan of Tottenham playing FIFA. I'm a big fan of like Son, Harry Kane, Eriksson. I know they're not my team, obviously. It's Everton all day, but I'm a big fan of a lot of players they have. Ajax, I fall in love with Ajax ever since the tournament started with Tadic and David Neres and all the fantastic players they have on their team. Ajax versus Barcelona would be the ideal final. Yeah.
Who's his favorite? Who's his favorite team?
Was it Christian Lewis? Christian Lewis, I believe he's a Manchester United fan. I believe.
Okay.
I believe, right? Manchester United. We used to beat down on the other week.
Yeah.
But then we came back the next week and.
It's inconsistency.
We drew the Crystal. We can't even beat Crystal Palace.
I don't understand that. I think it has a mind.
Oh no, Crystal was like Arsenal. I'm thinking of Sam.
Yeah.
There's another guy that comes here. Sam. He likes Arsenal. We beat them too, but.
Yeah. It's just they have to be more consistent, and I think next year because Everton's gonna be a lot better than they were this year.
We need to buy a striker. Like that's the one thing this team lacks because we have good wingers. We have exceptional midfielders.
Is a striker like one of the hardest positions to fill?
It's the hardest position to fill.
Probably one of the most paid too, probably.
It's the most paid.
Wow.
It's the equivalent like in American sports. It's like the equivalent of like finding a good starting quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So once Everton gets that.
How did Everton whip Man United 4-0? Because we're a better team than. Listen, I'm not trying to disrespect Man United, but I legitimately feel, Christian, and I felt this during the season too. I legitimately feel like of all the teams in the top 6, Everton is definitely better than Manchester United. It's actually pissing me off that we're gonna finish below them this year because I don't think that team is better than us. We had 1 3-week stretch or 1 month stretch of playing horrible football, and that was their best stretch of playing football, and that's what happened. We lost ground to them and whatnot. But I guarantee you, let Everton let Everton buy a 20+ goal striker, and put him right up top of the team we currently have with Sigurdsson in the middle, Bernard on the left,
Oh my God.
with Richarlison on the right. If we keep going, Gomez, if we sign him, like. I'm telling you, Everton will break into the top 6 next year. I have no doubt about it.
I just think it's gonna be better for him and the new coach to have a year under his belt, experimenting with all the players and stuff. And they just have to get don't take any opponent. Every time we always talk throughout the year about Everton this year, and there's a big game, you're like, oh, they're gonna get blown out, and they surprise you.
And somehow they win.
And then somebody you want.
And then they play
Oh,
Huddersfield,
man.
Huddersfield
Yeah.
Town at home, and they can't beat Huddersfield.
Show money that if you were a gambler, you would take Everton. We're gonna win that game.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible.
So it's crazy.
You know what? We're like 10 minutes away from
Yeah.
the Ajax Tottenham game. I'm gonna ask you guys. I know a lot of people. I know we came here to talk boxing. We can continue to talk boxing, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna put the Ajax Tottenham game on the TV screen in a minute. Should I stay live for the Tottenham Ajax game? Let me know. I might just change the damn name of everything.
I mean, there's a lot of people watching in the UK, right?
Yeah, I might stay live for the Tottenham Ajax game. And Edward Scott, you mentioned the young kids they have, like Frankie De Jong, who's going to Barcelona. My favorite players. I like Tadic. Tadic is my favorite player on that team. And I know Everton. I know we're probably not going to get him. I'm hoping we do get him though because his agent is actually Richarlison's agent, and he's Brazilian. David Neres, who's on Ajax, who's I believe he's a winger. He's a fantastic player. I'm hoping Everton buy him in the summer.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic player.
How much are they asking for?
50 million.
Jeez, man.
50 million pounds. The same we paid for Richarlison.
You should get
But like every club in the world is gonna want him, pretty much. Like most clubs in the world are gonna want him. You know what? F it. We're gonna stay online for Tottenham versus Ajax. So let me go find the stream real quickly while I'm sitting here.
Yeah, and we can still.
Oh, let me ask you. What are your thoughts on this picture right here of Wilder sitting in the chair like a king?
Can't be a king if you don't have undisputed title. That's a wannabe.
Watch the throne. Showtime boxing.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna watch him. But he's not no king. If you don't have the dog, the big dog right there. Believe it or not, is Joshua and Fury. I gotta get out of here. I just came back.
Oh, you're going home?
Yeah, I gotta go. I don't know if I take.
You came here just to talk?
Boxing.
Oh
so,
wow,
yeah.
shit. Okay.
I see you. So I gotta take a flight to the hospital. I don't know to her appointments and stuff. Guys, have a blessed day. Enjoy the soccer game. Enjoy talking soccer, any kind of sports with you guys. Thank you for supporting True School Sports. Until next time, God bless.
So my dad's gonna get out of here. I'm gonna pull up the Tottenham Ajax game. I'm kind of torn of who I want to win. Ajax has been a feel good story, but I like Tottenham as far as like I like Son, I like Harry Kane. Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. Tottenham versus Ajax. Let's go, champ. I can't wait for the. I don't know when it's gonna happen. It might be years for this to happen, but I cannot wait for the day that Everton gets to the Champions League. I hope they get to the Champions League before they leave Goodison, but I highly doubt it. Let's see. Buffer streams. Good old buffer streams. People are gonna come in here and they're gonna say, "Why are you talking boxing?" And I'm gonna say, "We talked boxing for an hour. You missed it. Okay, it's all your fault." We're gonna watch Ajax versus Tottenham. Woo! Let's go, champ!
Teams defy the odds with historic journeys to the UEFA Champions League semi-finals.
Oh, hold on, guys. That's right, Mr. Smurf. Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. You already know the deal. Hey, for those of you wondering, like, for who are just funneling in, wondering what the hell is going on, I'm about to watch Tottenham versus Ajax in the Champions League semi-final. Yeah, could you imagine if Everton gets David Neres with Bernard, Richarlison, Sigurdsson? You know, we have Ghana. Hopefully, I mean, I doubt we'll keep him, but you know, we have Ghana as well. You know, Lucas Digne. My dad just left. Fuck, we'll watch Tottenham versus Ajax. So y'all football fans, y'all want to watch Tottenham versus Ajax? I mean, we can watch Tottenham versus Ajax together. This is the one fixture I care about in the Champions League.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, all shiny and new. Fans are quickly falling in love with their new home, looking to book their second European success at that new stadium today. Let's listen to the manager, Mauricio Pochettino.
Of course, Harry Kane injured.
Mauricio Pochettino, my favorite manager. I love Pochettino.
He wanted to hold the ball up.
No, I think the way that we plan to play, I think it's important to have a player like him in front. You know, I think it's, of course, he has a lot of experience because he played a lot of
In the States, it's usually like on Fox.
And of course can provide the team with experience, but of course, I think.
Yeah, I said that. Gylfi Sigurdsson is the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League. He's got what, 13 goals, about 5 or 6 assists.
Experience, yes, not
He's
necessarily
definitely.
the most mobile of players. Do you think he's the right type
I think he's
of
the
player
best 10.
for the
I mean,
game?
I know you got
Look to draw Spurs into?
He's he's not the best, but he's definitely up there, and I think he's severely underrated because he's on Everton. That's my opinion, though.
Manage this whole thing. You know, this is half of the game today. So I think he's looking at it in that respect. The only question is that Spurs have 0 attacking players coming off the bench. No subs to come in.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Kate Adobo, who does the PBC stuff on Fox, she's doing the Champions League stuff too. She getting money.
Experience and can serve a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, Llorente is good in 2 ways. He holds the ball up for Spurs. He can be an outlet in transition. They can play.
All right, I'm changing the title of this video to Tottenham versus Ajax live reaction.
To really push Ajax back. He becomes a threat in the box. I know De Ligt, we showed how great he is defensively, but Llorente can be a handful there. So flick on balls to Dele Alli,
Sigurdsson
into the box. Lucas's speed running off and flicked on balls. That's where.
Yeah, but De Bruyne has been.
To your point, Steve, I think
The thing with De Bruyne is he's been injured most of the year. That's why I'm saying that. If he's healthy, obviously Sigurdsson is not better than De Bruyne. But I would say for sure, when you talk about the best attacking midfielders in the Premier League right now, Sigurdsson is definitely top 3. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And the thing people forget about Sigurdsson too is he's a dead ball specialist, and they haven't. And Everton, the whole time he's been at Everton, he's never had like a target man or a striker to link up with a top striker. You know, for example, when he was at Swansea, he had Fernando Llorente, and you saw just his levels at an absolute high. So the Everton hasn't even gotten the best out of Sigurdsson yet, and that's why I'm hoping that they can get him a big target man. Could you imagine if Sigurdsson had like a Diego Costa, what he would do?
And then how can they spring out of that when they lay traps and win balls? And then I think there is a time now on Spurs because it is in their DNA. They are going to hold the ball. It's just not going to be.
No, Sigurdsson is amazing.
But there's going to be patches where they're going to hold the ball, give the defense a rest. Can they create anything from those? I'm not so sure. But in transition, they're going to have to be.
Richarlison's good, but sometimes his effort drops. In terms of pure ability, I would say, yeah, he's amazing. He's better than Sigurdsson in pure ability, but Sigurdsson, for my liking, overall has been a better player this year than Richarlison. Been better in the big games, been creating chances, been better. You know, the pressure he puts when they press high, he's helping win the ball back a lot more than Richarlison. So yeah.
Frankie de Jong, he's a player that this system is built around, so he has the flexibility.
No. Sigurdsson has been better than. I'll give you Hazard. I'll give you Eden Hazard. That's not debatable. Hazard is a class above Sigurdsson, but Sigurdsson has been better than Firmino this year, no doubt about it. He's been better than Firmino. Stat-wise, been better than Firmino. He's been more important to his team than Firmino. Sigurdsson flopped at Spurs, which is true, but then he rebounded at Swansea, found himself at Swansea, and he's really this year. If you watch him this year at Everton, and that's the thing, people aren't watching him as the guy at Everton this year. They're watching him as the guy at Spurs who flopped, or the guy who, was whatever at Spurs. At Everton this year, he's really come into himself, Sigurdsson. He's playing some exceptional football.
This is the best moment in football as a player. All the talking, all the hype is over, and all the nerves are gone. This is the moment you just cannot wait to get out there and hear the roar of your crowd. And what a crowd it is at that spectacular stadium.
He's the best in the Premier League. I'm not mad at that. As far as number 10's go, I just get pissed off because I feel like Sigurdsson is severely underrated.
Just as good a pairing as it gets, I think.
And it pisses me off even more because Everton hasn't been able to get the best out of Sigurdsson because we don't have any like target men, no big strikers. We have Calvert-Lewin, but he's still learning his trade. He's got some years to go before he really comes into his own. I think he'll be a good player as years go down the line, but right now he's not that guy. If we would have had Sigurdsson while we had Lukaku, you would see.
You should be there.
You would see.
No? I mean, what's going on?
You should, for sure.
What? Unbelievable.
Another player to watch today, Trippier, hasn't had a great season off the back of.
All right, so we're just moments away from Ajax versus Tottenham. I'm hyped. If y'all come here for boxing talk, you can drop your boxing comments in the questions. I'll answer them. But we talked boxing for well over an hour and a half. The big game is on right now. Right? The two feel-good stories of the Champions League are about to take the field. You got Tottenham Hotspur trying to get some European glory under the belt. You got Ajax trying to reestablish some European glory before all their players leave this summer. I don't know who to root for. I'm a massive fan of both teams as far as the players they have.
I think most Spurs supporters, given the state where they are in the season, the fatigue, I think 0-0 would be really
Oh, snatch your hand off for a 0-0. Absolutely.
Really? You take a 0-0, right? I think you have to win this game.
See, here's the other thing that point I'd make is that
They haven't been wonderful for quite some time, Black Bone Rovers. I know they won the Premier League in like '95 or whatever it was. I think they had. Didn't they have like Alan Shearer?
Interested to see if Spurs can stay in it. That's the state of Spurs right now. Can they stay in this?
All right, your commentators for this game are Guy Mowbray and Stuart Robson. First, though, let's listen in to the all.
I'll give you that.
Champions League anthem.
I would class Eriksson as a better player, but I like Sigurdsson, man. It is an interesting stream title, but now we talked about Heyman and Wilder and how they want to duck Anthony Joshua. Who has a Tottenham now? Let's go. I don't know who to root for. Them fights are never gonna happen. Hopefully those fights happen, man. Let's go. I actually don't think Ajax is underrated. Overrated. I think Ajax is rated just properly. They got a lot of fantastic players, but if I'm Tottenham, right? Like if I'm Tottenham Hotspur, right? You got Harry Kane, you got Son, you got Hugo Lloris, who's a World Cup winner. I mean, I would look to put Tottenham to stick a fork in them, to put Ajax to stick a fork in them. Take that confidence away early. Get the ball on the flanks. Get the ball to Son. Let Son do some work. Open up the middle for a guy like, wait, is Harry Kane even playing? Harry Kane's not even playing. Oh shit, Harry Kane's not even playing. That's Llorente. Llorente's playing. Oh wow. Was Son playing? Where's Heung-min Son? Where the fuck is Heung-min Son at?
And for Spurs, it's Hugo Lloris behind a back three of ex-Ajax.
There's no Son?
Sanchez, Alderweireld, and Vertonghen. Another Ajax.
Oh my God, where's Heung-min Son? I'm going for Ajax. If there's no Son, I'm not going for Tottenham. Son is my favorite player. He must be injured.
Supported by Dele Alli when he can, and by Lucas Moura.
Yeah, I'm going for Ajax. No Son, no party. No Son or no Kane. My two favorite players.
To be amongst the substitutes.
He was suspended, okay, and he's injured. Damn. So if Mauricio Pochettino, if he pulls this off today, and he If he somehow gets Tottenham to beat Ajax today, I'll be impressed. I'll be impressed because Ajax coming in with a lot of momentum. You know, they got some fantastic players. David Neres, my boy, number 10, Tadic, Blind, Frankie de Jong. He gonna have some problems today. Yeah, I'm hoping that Liverpool, obviously I'm an Evertonian, so I don't want Liverpool to get to the final. I'm hoping Barcelona just does their damn job and doesn't lose to Liverpool. So Lucas Moura is starting in place of Son. Fernando Llorente starts in place of Kane. I mean, Lucas Moura is a quality player, but he's not Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son is that guy. Yo, if y'all don't stop disrespecting my boy Sigurdsson in the comments, we're gonna have problems. Sigurdsson is that guy. It's the 5-time Iceland Player of the Year. You're not gonna disrespect Sigurdsson. Yeah. Personally, I think Barcelona will beat Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool is going to be able to hit Barcelona on counters, on the counter attack as much as they would do like other teams. Like Barcelona is another level than Man City. Barcelona is another level than Man City. Man City always chokes in the Champions League. They don't have no Champions League pedigree. But we're here. I know the title says we're talking about Wilder, and we were talking about Wilder. We can still talk about Wilder, but right now we're watching Tottenham versus Ajax. Fuck it. Tottenham versus Ajax. Let's go, champ. Alright, so here we are. Tottenham versus Ajax at the new Tottenham Stadium. David Neres touching the ball with his hand. It's a big day for Tottenham Hotspur. They're missing their two best players, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. And they're playing the hottest team in the world, in Ajax. The Cinderella story of the tournament.
Which play from one side of the field to the other. They've got three very good midfield players on the ball, and they've also got pace in front areas.
Davinson Sanchez playing left back for Tottenham. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie. I bought an Everton jersey recently, so Everton should my Everton jersey should be here soon. But the first like non-Everton jersey I'm probably gonna buy, that black with gold Ajax jersey is fire, and I like Ajax, so I might get me an Ajax kit soon. I like Ajax. Nah, I don't see. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but listen, Barcelona just has too much quality around the pitch for Liverpool. Liverpool, they might take the leg at Anfield, but Lionel Messi, too much. Lionel Messi, Suarez, you know, all them guys they got on that team, the Champions League pedigree they got. And the thing is, they're not just playing Barcelona; they're playing a pissed off, motivated Barcelona because they weren't happy about how they got bounced out in the semis last year against Roma. So, well, I think it was the semis or the round of 16, whatever it was. You know, so they've been motivated to win the Champions League all year. They don't really care about La Liga as much, even though they're gonna wrap that up pretty soon. I think they have already. So, honestly, I think it's Barcelona's tournament to lose. I think Barcelona's gonna win the tournament, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping Tottenham or Ajax, whoever wins this fixture, can oh snap, interception from Ajax, but Blind lost the ball. Super Jan Vertonghen. Christian Eriksen with the ball in the middle of the park. Okay. Gets the ball to Llorente. Llorente, ooh. Fernando Llorente holding the ball up nicely. Couldn't get the ball to Trippier.
He's certainly not going to run in behind Llorente, but he will be a threat in the air, particularly if he comes up against Blind at the far post. But he's got to hold up the ball for Spurs to allow the likes of Kelly Alley, Eriksen, and Lucas Moura.
Yo, did you just say Aaron Moy is better than Sigurdsson? I should block you for life. Aaron Moy is trash. You must just be a bitter Spurs fan. He didn't work out at Tottenham, so now you're just mad at him. But he's a fantastic player, and any team in the Premier League would be lucky to have him. No, Tom Davies can't even get into the Everton team. What are you talking about? Tom Davies can't even get into the Everton team right now. To gloat over, about Liverpool, no. Liverpool is not beating Barcelona. Don't say that. It's not happening. Jurgen Klopp is gonna do what he does best in England, and that's get to finals and semifinals and lose. Yeah. So right now, if you guys are following in, we're watching Tottenham versus Ajax. We can talk boxing if you want. Leave your comments down below. But no, but I think Tom Davies will be an excellent player for Everton in the future. I just think right now with the way our midfield set up, you got Sigurdsson playing absolutely really good football right now. You got Andre Gomez, who we might keep. If we keep him, he's not getting in the team. And then you have Ghana. If Ghana leaves, that's the key. If Ghana leaves the club, which is very likely, so maybe next year is his chance. Ajax has just won a corner. Okay, Vonnie van der Beek on the counter-attack. Ajax playing football the Johan Cruyff way.
Sanchez. Alvaro doesn't come across. I'd almost go for goal himself there. Just about recovered in time, Sanchez. Next corner, which Shelly will take. He's got the man.
Oh. Alright, so Ajax didn't do much of that set piece. Van der Beek just kicked the ball like 500 yards over the net.
What a job he's done, Eric Ten Hag. Not only is he winning games, he's doing it with a brilliant style of football. Educating some very good young players at Ajax.
Well, no, it's not just Messi. It's all around the pitch. It's Suarez. It's everyone. Suarez, PK, all them guys. I think everywhere around the pitch, with the exception of maybe Virgil van Dijk. I don't know. I just like Barcelona. I think Barcelona has more quality in the team than Liverpool. It's not like Liverpool. Obviously, I hate them, and I don't want to see them win. I don't want to see Liverpool win anything as long as I'm alive. But objectively speaking, I think Barcelona just has a bit more quality in their team. And when you play Champions League football, you need to have that extra bit of quality. And Jurgen Klopp, like, he's just not a good big game manager. He sucks. At the big games, he sucks. He's one, like, I know people love him because he's a great personality and he's done a good job in his time at Liverpool. But let's have it right, man. In the Europa League final, horrible. In Champions League last year, it was unfortunate what happened to Salah. But the guy just does not win in big games. Maybe that changes, but it's not going to change in the Barcelona game. The only way he's changing is if he wins the Premier League, which is his, that's what it'll be. But winning in Europe is just a whole different animal. And just Liverpool does not have it. They don't have it in them to beat Barcelona. I'm sorry. Now, if they would have gotten Ajax or Tottenham, okay, then I can see what you're saying, but not against Barcelona.
Sanchez.
They might have the best record against the Big Six, but they're not winning. They're not going to win the league. They're not winning the league, and I don't call the Big Six. That Big Six bullshit is ridiculous. You can't call those teams the Big Six when two of those teams have less league titles than Everton. Two of those teams in the Big Six are less successful than Everton. Those two teams being freaking Man City and Tottenham. Ain't no Big Six. We're part of the Big Six. I don't care how long we go without winning a trophy. Here we go. Ajax pushes in the middle of the field. Get the ball to Tadic. Get the ball to Tadic.
Seems happy enough to be at one. Happy enough to score 20 goals this season.
So far, 8 minutes in, nothing too crazy as far as chances go. Yeah, I don't refer to anybody in the Big Six. I don't refer to those teams as the Big Six like they're this great thing. Like Tottenham hasn't won shit in years. And Tottenham, as far as historical accomplishments, they don't got nothing to Everton. So I'll never refer to it as Big Six. I'll never refer to clubs that are inferior to Everton as the Big Six. There you go. Fabisi got it right. It's a big two, then it's Tottenham, and then it's everyone else. Which is kind of annoying too, because I feel like Tottenham should be challenging for the title or winning the title because the team has so much quality in it, but they just don't have that pedigree. Oh snap! Fernando Deontay falling asleep. You out your damn mind, Ben. Spurs will never, in their wildest dreams, be as good as Everton. I know right now they are because they're in the Champions League final and they've been in a good run of form, but they just play nice football and they get to a certain point, but they don't win anything. When we talk Everton Football Club, we're talking about an institution of English football. We're talking about the fourth most league titles. We're talking about the first team to play 100 seasons in the top flight. We're talking about the English goal scoring record with Dixie D. We're talking about history. When we talk Tottenham, we're talking about bottle jobs. Don't compare Tottenham to Everton. Come on, Ajax.
Champions League in 1995.
Yeah, Chelsea, the rent boys, Chelsea, they're the most successful in the last 10 years. But even Chelsea, in some respects, doesn't have as much history as Everton Football Club. Their history has come mainly in like the last 10 to 15 years. They weren't doing shit before Abramovich came in and brought in all the money. They were a nothing club. Tadic.
David Neres to Tagliafico.
That's why Wigan players consistently come to Everton, like Baines and what's his name? Was it Baines? Someone else came from Wigan too. I mean, they won the Champions League, so it's hard to argue that. But in terms of domestic success, like in England, Chelsea ain't fucking with Everton. Everton has 9 league titles. That's the 4th most in England. European success, I give it to Chelsea. Overall history, Everton. Overall history, Everton. Uh-oh. David Neres. Ziyech.
Didn't quite know where that was going to land.
Ajax right now in the final third of Tottenham. At least Danny Rose is playing. I like Danny Rose. Danny Rose is a good little left back. Yeah, right now Ajax is beginning to get possession of the ball and really slowly but surely they're pinning Tottenham back. But they have to deliver that ball in the final third. Listen, when Everton took a shit, it shit out Liverpool Football Club. So don't talk to me about how Liverpool is this, Liverpool is that. There would be no Liverpool Football Club if it wasn't for Everton. So technically, Everton has like 27 league titles. Oh man, Heung-min Son, I wish he was playing.
Looking frustrated watching on to see what he can learn before he takes on the Ajax defenders next week. Suspended for this one, but just a reminder that all yellow cards after that quarterfinal.
Okay, Ajax.
So
beginning to get into that final third, slowly but surely.
Spurs are struggling to play out from the back at the moment because the front three of Ajax are pushing on to the 3 centre halves of Tottenham.
When did you last win at Anfield? 1999. Can Chelsea really claim European pedigree based on that win, though? It was a ridiculous against the odds triumph. I mean, yeah, but you gotta be fair. They won the Champions League, so we give that to Chelsea, and that much at least.
Onana. Kept in by Ziyech. Schöne.
But it pisses me off how, like, I noticed, like, in the British media, whenever Everton are playing well, like, for example, when Everton beat Chelsea, it was because Chelsea was poor. When Everton beat Arsenal, it was because Arsenal was poor. When Everton beat Man United, it's because Man United is a club in crisis. They can't just ever give credit to Everton. They're always overlooked. They're always looked at as, like, some small club when they're not.
Drifting forward in the middle. Right back is just having an extra option up there.
Tadic, let's go. David Neres. Get in the box. Get in the box.
And he rose away from Veltman. Back comes Lucas Moura.
Absolutely. Oh, Ziyech. Cross, cross, cross!
And David Neres
Offside, offside, he's offside.
is offside.
Yeah, no, we're a team on the rise. Marco Silva, I think, he's taking us in the right direction. We have a lot of work to do this transfer window. Like, we need to get rid of some horrible contracts that are still on the wage bill. We still have, like, Morgan. We have, like, Ashley Williams and Balassi and all these shitty players on our wage bill. So,
It's always a worry when you can't play it from the back yourself.
so yeah,
And the
man.
opposition, you can't get tight to them either.
You know, we have to do that, and you know, I think the new director of football did a good job in the last summer transfer window. Like, he brought in Bernard, Richarlison, you know, Andre Gomez, Zuma. The only signing we missed on from last summer was Yuri Mina, and you know, he might come right later on.
Incredible job that he's done in getting this team.
Stop playing with me, Edward. Stop playing with me.
Their glory days of the early
You serious?
70s and
They didn't score.
more recently in the mid-90s. With Ajax, you
Oh,
always
shit.
get the feeling the next round of glory days are never far away, and here they are
Okay.
again.
On the wing, all right. David Neres. Neres. Oh, David Neres.
Schöner.
Scherner.
Through.
Oh, snap.
And a great chance.
Yo! Oh my God! Ajax!
Spurs
Let's go, champ!
They're all looking for the touchline, but there's no offside.
Holy shit! Ajax is here.
Two found themselves free in the Spurs penalty area.
Get in there.
And Donny van de Beek took his chance coolly.
You were right. You weren't bullshitting me. They actually scored.
All goals are.
Oh my God.
Ajax fans will just continue their celebrations.
The Cinderella story continues.
Away goal.
Ajax up 1-0 at Tottenham.
Switched it from one side in and around the box.
Oh, absolutely marvelous football. They switched the play to the flank, to the wing. Neres comes. He reverses the ball, gets it back to the center of the park. Then a through ball by to Van der Beek, and it's just simple. It's either you have quality or not. You know, you can't finish that, then you suck. Great football from Ajax, man. Ajax, this whole tournament from the Madrid games to Juventus to now, some of the football they've been playing has just been absolutely breathtaking stuff. Oh my God.
That's what we'll be looking
Great
at.
stuff from Ajax.
They're looking along the line, and the goal.
The goal stands. Ajax 1-0 at Tottenham in the new Tottenham Stadium. Man, I'm not even gonna lie, man. Ajax has become like one of my favorite teams through this tournament. It just sucks that they're gonna lose some players, but Ajax, man, from Tadic to Van der Beek to Frankie de Jong to all these amazing players, just the football has just been again reversing the play. Look at this again to Neres. Oh my God! And now they pin Tottenham back. They pin Tottenham again. They got another corner for Ajax.
Again, switch of play.
Just switching the play left and right.
Good run from Van der Beek. He's almost
You know,
played
playing
the
amazing
77
one-touch football.
Danny Rose got himself into a good position. Tadic made a good run into the box.
I ain't mad at that. Ajax is better than Everton. I'm not gonna argue that one. Ajax, European-wise, domestically where they played, definitely better than Everton. You'll get no arguments with me about that.
And to David Neres.
David Neres.
Veltman now.
Woo!
He's got it through Danny Rose.
Is that another corner?
Sanchez has to turn it away.
No, not another corner. Yeah, he's a beast.
So they've done it to Real
Hakim is a
Madrid, they've done
beast.
it to Juventus away from home. And now doing
Mauricio
it to Spurs.
Pochettino looks dumbfounded right
He's
now.
got all the problems, Pochettino, at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Tottenham is screwed.
That's on it.
And my boy Tadic hasn't even touched the ball yet. Tadic hasn't even touched the ball. When Tadic starts touching the ball, it's a wrap. Woo! Tadic with the back heel. Tadic.
Good tackle, Rose.
Yo, get him on the Tadic. Speed Tadic.
David Neres. Another timely challenge from
Danny Rose right now keeping Ajax from scoring 1 million goals. David Neres, we'll see you at Everton next year. Come on, David Neres.
Here is the last one. He steps into Neres. That's a foul. No question about it. If you're going to shield the ball, you have to be within play.
Oh, my
distance
God.
on it. He can wave his fingers, wave
Yeah,
his fingers.
Ajax are gonna pass Tottenham right off the field. They don't have no answers for Neres or Tadic,
Continuing
Hakim.
with their maverick style.
Oh my God.
Fraction of the budget of the teams they've already dumped out of the Champions League. but they go anywhere with no fear. Roguish, youthful football. Ziyech delivers. And that deflected behind for a corner.
Another corner for Ajax. Ajax just has Tottenham in the palm of their hands.
Well worked again. Coming to that far post.
Man, Ajax is not playing no games. Ajax wants all the smoke. You know, fuck, I'm going for Ajax. Ajax is my team because there's no Son, there's no Kane, and plus, I'm not gonna sit here and root for a team that's in the Premier League and a team that everybody says Everton should aspire to become like. No, fuck that. They should aspire to become like us. We're the ones with 9 league titles.
Drilled in this time. David Neres waiting. Off the Tongan.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a Ajax Barcelona final. That's my dream final.
Veltman. And the back again. It won't come for David
Okay.
Neres.
So Tottenham finally clears the ball 20 minutes in here into the semi-final fixture of the Champions League. Ajax. Look at the triangles. Look at the triangles, damn it.
Last time Spurs had the ball and played 2 or 3 passes with it.
Well, you said before the game, look at Dele Alli, the focus that he had on his face. I don't think we've mentioned him in this first 19, 20 minutes. He's been able to get near anybody. They've swapped him over.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping they win the Champions League.
On the left-hand side of a midfield 3.
I'm buying me an Ajax jersey. I love Ajax too much. Ajax is too good.
Sanchez.
Offside. All right, offside. Offside there for Ajax. Ajax is just Tottenham right now looks like a bunch of headless chickens. Like they're just running around in circles. They don't have nothing to them. I'm getting me a bowl of cereal. Let me go pull this Echo Falls back in my glass.
This is his 16th of the season. It is his best ever season for goals.
Again, Spurs trying to play it from the back. They can't do it. They're overcrowded in that area. They've got to go that little bit longer earlier.
Juventus, Ericsson Watson.
I know, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what they're doing. You know, it's almost as if they've all been possessed by the spirit of Johan Cruyff himself.
And he's almost trying to suck people to come out from the back.
Can't waste no Echo Falls.
As soon as he goes deeper, Ziyech and Neres make little diagonal runs into the vacated space, or Van der Beek.
It's well known to Alderweireld. They had a season together at Southampton when Alderweireld was on loan from Atletico Madrid before he made the Spurs move.
Spurs look as though they may try and change their system here. Danny Rose played in midfield against West Ham. Looks like he might have just tucked in there. And Vertonghen's going to come to left back.
So Mauricio Pochettino has made a tactical adjustment, and Jan Vertonghen is playing left back now. Jan Vertonghen is playing left back. We've seen this before. Jan Vertonghen played left back. I believe it was in the group stage and had 2 pretty good assists.
Rose. Dele Alli. Here's Ericsson. Trippier to the right.
It's a poor cross. Llorente was in there. Had to hit him in the air there. But they have changed the system, Spurs.
Uh-oh, here come Ajax again. David Neres.
Finds David Neres.
Uh-oh.
His arms in the air. He wants it played back. Vertonghen wants to race to stop the corner. And the referee is going to have words with Rose and Veltman now.
Yeah, I think Danny Rose was claiming that he was being held on the ground.
Yeah. Manchester United, like they spend so much, they spend so much money. They're such a rich club, and they do have quality all throughout the team. But it's almost like there's no imagination with Manchester United. There's no creativity. There is no direction. I'm not really a big fan of what they got going on. And I'll be honest, of the top 6, I think Everton. Man United is the only team in the top 6 that I think Everton is definitely better than. Like, no doubt about it. That's why I'm pissed off we're not finishing 6th this year. We should. We're a better team. Here come Ajax again. Here come Ajax.
Swarmed around. The ball's being passed around him.
Man, the reverse of play, the accuracy of these passes from Ajax is just amazing. Look, and they lose the ball and they win it back just like that. Ajax. They're not wasting no time. They're not messing about. Look, switch the play. Oh, oh my God! Yo, such ridiculous football. The one-touch football, the runs they're making, the triangles they're creating with the movements. Tadic with a beautiful ball. Tadic, man. Southampton's very own Tadic. Balling.
Brilliant football from Ajax.
What hasn't been? It's going to be a goal kick. Van de Beek's goal, 15th minute, only the second that Spurs have conceded in their brand new stadium. And that was close to being a third.
It really is.
I think he got
Hey, yo,
caught with 2 minds.
there's such. I say this about life, like.
Van de Beek.
There's so much complexities in simplicity. They're keeping things simple, but they're able to play such amazing, breathtaking football, and it looks complex, but it's really not. You know, and only the great teams can do that.
Wanyama in central midfield with Ericsson there as well. Dele Alli's going to play that little bit further forward.
Lucas Moura, it's the second offence committed by Blue. Just made me feel that he might be the ray of light for Spurs to aim for.
Now, set plays.
I remember that.
Spurs have got
Like,
a very big side. Maybe the weakness of
man, Southampton. Southampton. It must be sad to be at Southampton. It must be hard to be a Southampton fan knowing you had all these amazing players and then like they just go and they just leave. It's like being a Marlins fan in American sports, like in baseball. We have the Marlins. I'm a Marlins fan. We sell our players too. What like Southampton? Oh, Llorente just missed wide on a set piece from the header. Great delivery though. That delivery was Sigurdsson-esque.
They know it could be a problem. He times his run well. Tries to hit it into the right corner.
Playing football is very simple, but playing simple football is the hardest thing there is. Johan Cruyff. And that's true, and that's the Ajax philosophy, and they're playing very simple football at the moment.
Hard to generate power whilst retaining accuracy. Not bad. And Spurs' best bet, the way the game is going.
At the moment, they're not going to run in behind Ajax. So they have to get possession high up the field, get crosses into the box. Llorente up against Daley Blind or Veltman at the far post.
Lucas Moura, the spin of the ball kept it in play for a time anyway. Luke was ready for Trippier's first ball towards Ericsson. Danny Rose will win that.
Uh-oh, Danny Rose wins a header. Tottenham has the ball on the Ajax final third right now. But they're gonna work it around and see if they can penetrate the middle of the field. They're going all the way back. Ajax pressing these blue boys way up the field. Way up the field. I wish all these guys just, I mean, unless they come to Everton, which is probably not gonna happen. I wish all these guys just come to stay at Ajax. They're so fun to watch. Why do they gotta go to Barcelona? Because of money? Like, corny. They're already as good as Barcelona.
Juventus have a very good side, as they've proved over the years, but they were just outrun, outplayed, outthought by Ajax.
Moussa Sissoko is warming up already. He's missed the last couple of games with a groin strain. He might be the sort of player who could drive on a little bit and add some energy and power to the Spurs midfield. Trippier. Now I'm thinking already, sir, no sign of any injuries, but Pochettino might be thinking, I should have started him. Is he going to be brave enough to throw him on this early or in the next 10 minutes, say?
I think he'll come on at half-time, but it might be too late by then.
So we're 28 minutes through Tottenham versus Ajax. Ajax right now absolutely destroying Tottenham as far as you know, they're winning, they're up 1-0. But with the movement, with the way they're pressing them, with the way they're winning the ball back, it's just been absolutely breathtaking stuff from Ajax.
Ball was moving. David Neres can't take that free kick quickly as he wanted to.
Yeah, I know. I read that before that.
Should be a yellow card, really.
They do that that he's been heavily influenced by Johan Cruyff, and that in the Manchester City training, like in the training sessions, they do the rondos, and it's all about triangles and movement in tight spaces. So I definitely see some similarities between Cruyff's philosophy and the way Man City plays football. They're just the English PSG in the Champions League, though. They always choke. Tadic! Nice pass by Blind to Tadic. Foul. What's the foul at?
Tadic goes after Lucas Moura.
Lucas Moura.
Wanyama, again an uncertain touch. Just can't get into it, can't get on the ball, can't keep the ball.
Bro, Ajax is literally passing these dudes off the field. Oh, but Spurs win the ball back, and now they're countering. Llorente to Eriksson. And a clear foul. That's a yellow card. A yellow card on Tagliafico from Ajax.
Doesn't need to make the tackle either. It's a lunge, it's a reckless challenge.
Those black and gold Ajax jerseys are so tough, though. I need to get you one.
Eriksson didn't really have a pass on. Spurs have been struggling. They've been pressurised so quickly when they get the ball. That was silly from Tagliafico.
Very silly.
And again,
very silly stuff from Tagliafico. Very silly, because now you give Spurs a chance to get back in the game via a free kick. You know, Trippier is a pretty good free kick deliverer, free kick specialist. You know, and Llorente can get on the end of things, so it's not smart stuff from the young Ajax player.
Absolutely, around about the edge of the penalty box would do.
That's what he's tried. Alderweireld's jump.
Oh.
Onana, Llorente. That's Wanyama.
So a couple of Tottenham players are down on the ground, a little bit look injured. With Trippier and
Up down hurt. Oh dear.
yo.
Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen both went for the ball. And Vertonghen.
Jan Vertonghen's nose is completely bloodied. He get elbowed?
Well, he took the blow. And he took the blow.
Oh yeah, he got elbowed. Damn.
Teammates head.
And Nana came a long
Super
way
Young
from
ain't
that.
so super Jan Vertonghen ain't so super right now.
Doesn't quite get it. I'm not sure who actually gets the header in. He takes a whack in the back out of Alderweireld off Onana. But he's the one with the problem.
And the referee's absolutely right to stop.
I saw that. Yeah, I know.
What a good game he's had so far.
People say that he was an egomaniac, and you know, I know towards the end of his career he played at Everton
That's
too,
the right decision.
and that didn't work
There's
out.
the goal scorer.
But he was
Just a
an
slight
whether ego or no ego, Samuel Eto'o was an exceptional footballer, absolutely exceptional in his prime, you know.
Lloris goes down a fraction too early. Good composure.
But yeah, no way in hell was he
That's what puts
the man
Lloris on
over
his backside.
Ronaldinho
He
or
just passed
Messi.
it into the corner.
He had the game all messed up.
And there you see it.
Yeah, there's the line. That's what makes it a little bit easier for the video officials. Credit to the assistant referee in the game too, because they are being encouraged to
Man.
not go with the instinctive reaction.
So right now, if you're tuning in, we're talking about Wilder ducking, being a witness protection for boxing. You know, we can still talk about that, but we pretty much beat it like a dead horse. The guy is the witness protection. They got his next two opponents already figured out after down in Brazil. You can leave your boxing questions down below if you're just funneling in. But right now, we're not even talking about boxing, man. At this point, it's to hell with boxing right now. We're watching the Champions League semi-final. We're watching Ajax. We're watching Tottenham. Watching some beautiful football being played.
Of course, if there is any hint of concussion.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny thing about it. They're both Ajax players. They both got their big move to
And
Tottenham.
that's where Sissoko might come on. Danny Rose go back to left back because at the moment Vertonghen's
They must feel like Alderweireld and Vertonghen must feel some way about that because they got their big move to Tottenham. They're in England, and now they're playing Ajax, and they're getting completely schooled by the team they left.
I mean this in the nicest possible way aren't with Jan Vertonghen, though. They are with trying to work out how on earth his side stop Ajax coming at them and running rings around them.
Well, there's two things he's got to do. Stop Ajax playing, but at the same time, try and find ways to break them down to get 2 or 3 passes in, because at the moment they're being closed down far too quickly. They can't see where the next pass is.
It's way too easy for Ajax at the moment. They're too good.
Sissoko looks as though he's on the edge of his seat, most ready. Ben Davies is looking on too. I hesitate to say, but I think he's going to be okay to continue if they can stem the flow of play.
Oh yeah, he's in the field weird too. But that's different. I hope Coutinho scores 1,000,000 goals tomorrow against Liverpool. I can't stand Liverpool. Can't stand that team for the life of me. I don't like nothing about Liverpool. I don't like their jerseys. I don't like Anfield. I don't like the stadium. I don't like none of their players. I don't like nothing. Well, no, that's not true. I like Virgil van Dijk. But other than Virgil van Dijk, I don't like I don't like none of their players. I don't like
Sorry for just sitting down to eat wherever you
nothing about them. Nothing. Not their song. Nothing. So I'm going for Barcelona.
Llorente past the post. And then Onana looks less than certain when he came for that last one.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch Guardiola.
Virtually all around the stadium.
I think they're enjoying the occasion, but not the game at the moment.
All right, so Jan Vertonghen is up.
So, minimum 4-minute break in play. Vertonghen will resume. Just have to get a fresh shirt ready.
Yeah, I like the Beatles. Yeah, the Beatles aren't bad. I like the Beatles.
Any longer than they need.
I know they're from Liverpool. I know 2 of the Beatles are Everton fans, and I know the other 2 are Liverpool supporters, something like that. In fact, I'll show you something. I'll show you a book I'm reading, actually. I'll show you a book I'm reading.
That won't have harmed Spurs as long as their centre-back is unharmed.
I'm actually, well, I'm not reading it. I probably should read it, but I bought it a while ago.
As you mentioned, Stuart, it did give Mauricio Pochettino
Blues and the Beatles. Story of Everton and the Beatles.
Have a word with one or two. Victor Wanyama was getting some instructions for one.
All right, so we're in the 36th minute of Ajax versus
On
Tottenham.
the ball. Schöner.
Schöner with the ball. Gives it to
Pico.
that.
Nobody there.
All right, nobody's in the box for that cross. Hugo Reese deals with it pretty easily.
Now it is a bit easier for Spurs to play out from the back. And Tongan will come back on. Now they're playing with the back 4, although Danny Rose is pushed on at the moment.
Dan, Spurs are scared to death. They're playing a back 4 now.
ZX going that
Playing a
little
back
bit
4 now.
Neres.
They fighting the death of Ajax.
Centre-halves will be out to start moving
Ajax
from the
about to PlayStation their ass.
Fans first of all cheering and now whistling because they want the Tongan back into the game. He's ready to return, or they think he's ready to return. The fourth official is just making sure that he's satisfied that all is well. I think there's still a little bit of blood coming out, so they've got to put a bit more grease on the injury.
I think it was the fourth official on the side that just said he's not quite
That's pretty
sure.
cool. Were they good?
Coming back on.
Were they good?
The referee, are you sure he's okay?
Yeah, it sounds like it was a long time ago.
Referee, he's enjoying the occasion.
You can tell, can't you? Tongan, the greatest of all time, according to those Spurs supporters. 9 years at Ajax, 2003 to 2012. He joined the club at 16. And he made the move to Spurs, and he's played 283 times for them since.
All right, so we're not too far away from the first half being over. Ajax just dominated Spurs.
Tommy is shaking his
Dillian White's supposed to fight on July the 20th. He's fighting on July the 20th against what's his name?
And he's absolutely right to. He's not right.
Oscar Rivas.
You can't take any chances when a head injury is concerned.
I think also the fourth official and the referee were quite right as well.
They were.
They must have seen it. Pochettino's probably saying that doctors said he was okay to carry on, but he's struggling.
He's in a really bad way. This is
Yo, Jan Vertonghen can barely walk. Jesus.
Jan Vertonghen.
Look, guys.
Medical attention urgently that he needs. You've seen this with head injuries sometimes. Players think they're okay. Adrenaline is coursing through the body.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, guys, I'm like very, very tired, and I just want to enjoy the game. So I'm gonna watch the rest of the Ajax Tottenham game. It's been a marvelous time talking to you guys. You guys have a great day. Like I say in every single video, you can love me, you can hate me, but I'm just giving me. So until next time, take care, guys. Wait a second.